Yo, yo, yo. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Mic sound right? Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Doug, you all right from Aggie Land? Can you hear me, Doug? I think we lost Doug. Can you hear us, Doug? Blink 2 times so you can hear us.
Doug, can
Doug
you
can
hear me? Can you hear anything?
Can't hear.
can't hear.
I can hear. I
Technical
can hear you now. I
difficulties.
can hear you now.
Okay, good
Oh,
deal.
okay.
All right, so party people, what's going on? This is Samaj Marsh. I'm the founder of BlueDeathValley.com. I'm back home after rough game. Just got back from Kickback Jacks. Had a couple of I just had a Coke. I didn't have any adult beverages tonight. I probably should have after a game like that. But we're gonna do a special episode of Inside the Valley. We're calling this Blue Death After Dark. This is the first live post-game show that we're attempting to do this season. We waited till the last game of the year to try to do it. Of course, with me, I got a former A&T wide receiver, God dang, Doug, and Greensboro native Doug Brown. He's lighting one up. What's going on? Look like he's from the KGB with the Russian cap. What's going on, Doug?
Oh,
Hey
geez.
guys. Hey, still
What's
still here in the friendly confines of truest Aggie Stadium. This is home for me, and I'm not ready to leave yet. We've got a beautiful night here in November. Moon's out. Few tailgaters still left, and I like to be the last one to leave. I like to close it out. Got my fire pit rolling, so when we blow the flame out, that'll be the end and the close to this interesting season.
All right. So hopefully Billy give you a little bit of time to talk to us. And my main man there in the middle, the brains of the operation, longtime A&T insider and a beat writer on BlueDeathValley.com for over 2 decades. My right-hand man, Craig Turner. What's going on, Craig?
Hey, man, I just got back from after the game, and there's a better one. This it was, but we're doing good. We're doing good. We'll survive. The sun will come up tomorrow.
You think, because I'm not sure about that, bro. So listen. So guys, if everybody's watching this live on YouTube, thank you for joining us, man, and all the support you guys been giving us this season. We this is our maiden voyage. We tried to do something new for the site, and it's been a great. I think the reception's been pretty good. Everyone seems to like the shows. We just got through talking to a legendary Alan Hooker this week, and also a student reporter, Alexis Davis. So check that out on the site right now. That's episode 14. But this is a tough one, guys. I don't even know how to start this off. Senior day in Aggieland. I think we said goodbye to 14 guys today instead of 12.
Yeah.
And that was a few surprises. I didn't know that if Fetty was going to walk out there this today. He still had a year of eligibility left, and Coach said he was going to use that and get the hell out, get the hell away from the program. And as of today, I do not blame him. Should sign me up for that too. I want to get on the escape pod right now. But so we had senior day, and I think there was a lot of emotion, like you said, Doug, to start the game. It wasn't a clean game at all at any point. And we'll talk about some of the miscues and penalties, my Lord. But as somehow, by hook or by crook, we got a 20-7 lead at the beginning of the fourth quarter. And then all hell broke loose. Garner-Webb ended up scoring 28 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
And they had a double pass. I've been calling for trick plays all year. I guess the wrong team heard me because they actually utilized it to their advantage. Then we had a what do you call it? A muff kickoff. How does a kickoff bounce off your face mask, Doug? You return some kicks off in your life. How does that happen?
Well,
it was kind of a rhetorical question.
I mean,
it's not.
I don't know that there's a right or wrong answer to that one. I mean, it happens, but gosh,
Yeah.
you hate for it to happen today when it happened, because it just killed your momentum and just squandered any chance we had. Well, we thought it squandered any chance we had. We still had a chance there at the end, which is kind of been a microcosm all season, man. We just had that chance in the end and hadn't been able to get over the hump. But it happened, man. That ball is oblong. It is not round, and it bounces funny ways. And a lot of times, man, it doesn't bounce your way. And today, golly, it hit that face mask and didn't bounce our way.
And he had a chance to recover it, and he started, playing hand job with the football, and it went under his armpit and under his neck, whatever. And the other team recovered, and they scored, I think, on a slant route the next play or something, or 2 plays after, I don't know. Then we get the ball back, and we throw an interception, I think, on the next. So it's like double pass, fumble, kickoff. They score, then we throw another interception, and they end up scoring again. And I think sandwiched in between all that. And after that, then we return the kickoff for. This is how comical this game was. So we returned. We're down about 15 points. We return the kickoff with like 2 minutes, 3 minutes left in the game, 99 yards. And who was it? Harris? Was it Aaron Harris who returned that for the touchdown? I don't even know.
It was Tatum, I think.
Maybe some freshman. Maybe I got to look at the box, the play-by-play. And so we're back within 8. We use all our timeouts, finally get them to punt. They converted a first down on 2, then we get the ball back. Last chance to go down the field, possibly score, 2-point conversion, tie the game, going to overtime. And lo and behold, number 0 comes out of the phone booth. And I was thinking, so obviously, when we were struggling in the first half to move the ball, obviously, Zach Yeager was not going to play. I mean, for some reason, I know he had another game of eligibility to use for his red shirt, but if he didn't play in the first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and most of the fourth, there's no way he's going to play now. And
surprise,
to my chagrin, number 0 comes out on the field for the last drive of the season, and he's expected to work some type of miracle. The craziest, most ridiculous thing. I mean, why would you even put a freshman in that situation?
Well, I thought we were gonna wake up, stir the echoes of Alan Hooker when he mentioned, coming in the freshman year, leading that drive. So the storybook ending could have been there, guys. I'm always a believer in the romance and the fairy tale ending. So I was hoping Yeager was gonna come in, drive us down for the score, get a 2-point conversion, take us overtime, win the game, and then hey, all is well at Aggie Land. But didn't happen that way. It was not a fairy tale. It was somewhat of a nightmare in the end, but we'll shake it off, man. Football is a funny game, man, and today just wasn't our day. It was almost like it was 3 games in one. The first half was kind of a slow game, and the play was kind of what we've seen in the past. It's kind of slow out the blocks, and then we kind of took control there for a minute, the middle part of the game, and in the fourth quarter, man, if you'd have told us all that scoring was going to take place in the fourth quarter, man, I've been willing to take that bet. So,
well, you know what happened, and hold tight, Craig. I'm about to go to you, but you know what happened? we lost focus because they started playing some damn music, and everybody started doing the Tootsie Roll or the damn, I don't know, ATL stomp or whatever they would start doing. Everybody started dancing. The next play was a double pass. So we took our foot off the gas.
Oh, that hurt.
That's indefensible. If you are a coaching staff and you're trying to save your job, maybe not this year, but everybody on the coaching staff starts next year on the hot seat. I don't care who you are. I don't care how many championship banners you put on the rafters. And I thank you, Coach Sam Washington. I thank you, Coach Courtney Cord. I thank you, Coach Gibbs. Everybody. I do not. Everything is appreciated, but start at the first game of 2022. You are on the hot seat. You got 1 year to fix this, and there's nobody who is going to be able to escape that reality. You are coaching for your job next year. That's just the reality. That's all it is. Okay. So
let me check that. Let me make sure I'm hearing this. We're hot seat mode. We're panic button, or we?
No. So I'm not saying fire them now. I don't care. They put 4 championship banners, national championship banners in that locker room. Okay, so 2 under Broadway and Coach Sam Washington 2 by himself. So you can run this program to the ground you got 1 year. You can do what you want to. You can keep everybody on staff. Okay. You don't have to make no changes. You can do chicken. You can do Popeyes, churches. I don't care. Bojangles. We do whatever you want to. It's yours. You have earned the right to do the hell you want to. I'm not gonna force you to do anything. If I'm Earl Hilton, I'm not gonna say Sam, because I was thinking maybe if Earl says Sam, give me 2 sacrificial lambs. You gotta give me 2 coaches. I don't care who it is. It could be the damn video coordinator or the damn tight ends coach. And why the hell do we have a tight ends coach, Craig? We throw to the tight end 4 times a year. Why don't we use a tight end coach on staff? But if I'm Earl Hilton, maybe I was thinking, Coach, you gotta give me something. I got these wolves of angry fans who want blood. You gotta give me. But I'm not even gonna do that. If Sam Washington doesn't want to make any changes, Sam, you earned that right. You got 4 titles. You do the hell you want to do. But at the end of 2022, we're gonna look at the record and we're gonna have a hard conversation. But I say that. Let me just go back to you, Doug, because Craig, I'm getting frustrated.
Okay.
All right. 12 for 144. What the hell you think that is? What do you think 12 for 144 is? Just guess.
Penalties.
You are a smart man.
I can count.
We had 12 penalties for 144 yards.
I think that was more than our total offensive output, wasn't it? I don't know.
No, that's a good point. Okay, close. So
I'm sorry. I'm back. I had to take a break. I had to pray on that one.
We had 56 offensive plays for 168 yards.
Yeah.
And we had 12 penalties for 144 yards.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty close. You can slice it up and sugarcoat it and use all the colloquialisms and all the coach speak and everything else. But the bottom line is, we ain't getting the job done. We're not getting it done in practice because you don't go out there and play that kind of undisciplined football if you've been properly practicing. I'll be perfectly honest about it. And I agree with you, Thriller. When we went up 20-7, my wife looked at me. She was happy and celebrating everything else. I said, "Listen, Garner-Webb has always this year has been in every game they played except for one. They've been in every game they played. They've taken everybody to the brink except for one game, and I think Mama blew them out." And I said, I was watching the same thing you were watching. Everybody jumping up and down, waving towels, and doing the hucklebuck or whatever down on the damn sideline. And I said, they're gonna bust us. They're gonna bust us because we think we've got this game won. They're gonna bust us wide open. It's coming. We got a whole 14:55 to go, and we're gonna and we already celebrating like we wrap this thing on up. Lo and behold, that's exactly what happened. And football, football's a 60-minute game, and you got to play the whole 60 minutes. And it was ridiculous. They scored 21 of those 28 points inside of 6.5 minutes. It's 6.5 minutes.
I knew it came in a bunch, right? And look, on the other sideline, this is what Coach Washington tell you, man.
Hello.
I love the guy.
We're live. You should join us.
He's the kind of guy I probably could badmouth him right now. And if I was
driving inside the valley
on the road, my car broke down, he would hear what I said, still stop, help me change my tire, give me a ride. He's the nicest guy in the world, right? But the reality of it is, he got out-coached by a 32-year-old, right?
I told you in my column that guy was one of the best offensive minds out there. I told you they scheme like crazy, and nobody paid any attention. I said Garner-Webb runs some of the best schemes you'll ever see on any level of football.
Hey man, I am a advocate for the double pass. I might have scored 10 touchdowns on high school off the double pass. That one will lure you to sleep.
Yeah, and
they called it at a great time. It was a good play call. They had been throwing it to the flats. They needed a big play. They'd only had 7 points scored the entire game. He said it was 20-7. And I think I just said to someone, hey, they're gonna have to strike for a big play pretty soon. They hadn't been able to move the football, and that's why that big touchdown by Fetty was huge because we went up, made it 2 scores, and then I think if you get a stop there at 20-7 and maybe find a way to get 3 or punch one in, those guys might lay it down, but we weren't able to get to those guys, man. And Man, from my vantage point, man, that double pass when he threw it, just grabbed my head. Oh no! And good kudos to them. That was a good call, good execution, and it was a catalyst for them to get them going, man.
Hey, Doug, I'm gonna ask you a serious question.
Yep.
Honest question. Who would have reacted better to that double pass? Lewis Center Recreation 12U team or A&T defense tonight? Who would have had a better if you did a double pass against Lewis Center Rec 12U team? How the hell did you not prepare? How does everybody bite? Does everybody bite on that?
Well,
Is that how they coach it up?
We are a fast-flowing football team that we know we pride ourselves on speed, and we saw 20 last week break on the ball fairly early. That he broke on and kind of went past him in South Carolina State, and the guy didn't catch the ball, but we're like, wow, he broke on that fairly early. He's coming downhill, and we play so downhill at times, and to his credit, he was running down there to make a play. He makes a lot of tackles. We don't give him enough credit for that, but he gets on a lot of tackles, and he's always running. He's known for his speed, and those guys played to that, man. They game plan forward, and they hit us right over the top, man. God.
All right, Craig, I got a question for you. It's a trivia question, all right?
Okay.
All right. Who was the star, the ESPN top 10 star last week?
Our tight end, Nick Dobson.
Right. Here's the second part to that question. How many receiving yards did he have in this game? The next week, how many targets do you think Nick Dobson had this week?
Well, before I had started heading to the car, which was about a minute or two left in the game, I'd say 0. I didn't see him catch a pass today. I didn't see anybody throw to a tight end today. I never saw a tight end in a route. So I don't know.
How the hell does that happen? And look, don't listen. I have a relationship with a lot of people in that athletic department, coaching staff. I'm friendly with a lot of guys. I've been invited as a special guest to practice when everybody was told you got to stay away. It's a private. They sent me messages like you can come check us out. I don't want anybody to be unemployed. I don't want to have any ill will towards anybody. Okay, these are hardworking, knowledgeable guys, but it's indefensible if you got somebody who's making one-handed behind the back catches for crucial touchdown passes. You can't forget about them in 7 days. I mean, they have Nick Dobson has to be an integral part of your offense. It's not like we have a whole bunch of receivers with hands like glue, right?
Right.
Well, I don't think that's not who we are, who we've been. And I think it's tough to just wake up one day and say, hey, we're going to start targeting the tight end like Gronkowski.
Why not?
I think that's something you have to
If that's
kind of
a
build
weapon.
into your offense. Yeah, I mean, it's a weapon, but we got plenty of weapons. And it's not something that we've proved over time that we can utilize consistently. So, maybe a lot of times the scheme dictates the plays you call or the personnel on the field, who you're trying to get the ball to. I understand where you're coming from. Like, hey, at least give a kid a chance. Like, I'm pretty upset as a receiver too if I have a good game and I don't get a look or I don't get any targets the next game. But I mean, hindsight is 2020.
So you know what?
I didn't break them down enough to see, why wouldn't we try to get the ball to the tight end? But I just know that's not something in the past that we've made a living doing. So, I'm not surprised that wasn't something that we really tried to accomplish today.
It's just like we're doing things out of pride and out of stubbornness versus out of just looking at the damn film and saying, hey, I got me an asset here. Let me utilize it. Okay. Yeah. I know Michelle Tootin might not be the best at catching kickoffs, he because he even almost muffed one last week, I believe, against South Carolina State, right?
Yeah.
He bobbled that. So he has some issues, okay? But he's the best running back on this roster. I will say that unequivocally. For 2021, he has the most burst. He can break tackles. He had a touchdown that, lo and behold, somebody was holding a block in the back. So the guy is our best running back. He had 3 carries for 18 yards. and we're trying to win a football game, and you got your best running back gets 3 carries for 18 yards. You got a tight end who caught a one-handed ESPN top 10 play for a touchdown, and he gets no targets the following game.
Yeah.
You have a redshirt junior quarterback, I guess, who's not coming back anyway, Ifedi, and it takes an act of Congress to get him on the field. Fowler started slow. He got slower, got even slower. The offense moved nowhere, okay? And you keep running him out. I was like, maybe if they got hurt in practice, like everybody else, maybe he got to the Bermuda Triangle at practice and he couldn't play for some reason. And then you finally make that change, and then you go back to 12, and you come back to Fowler. I don't understand. I just think there's something going on that just internally that just does not make football sense, and it's impacting the football field. And we got to get that figured out. Give me something positive, Doug, because I don't want to just ruin every relationship I got with the coaching staff tonight. Tell me something positive.
About the game? we had the lead in the fourth quarter. We had a 2-score lead in the fourth quarter.
Against a bad team. And Garner-Webb's not good. Okay, Craig, to your chagrin, I like the young coach. Okay, they play hard. Obviously, they don't quit. That's not a good football team. That was a last place football team that we lost to by 8 points. Okay. But
they may be last place in the standings here, but like I told you before, they had been in the ball game with everybody. They took Kennesaw State down to the final 12, 14 seconds of that game. They've lost 3 games this year in overtime, and another 2 within another 2 games they lost inside of a minute. So and they were leading and or had to lead and gave up a play or 2 at the very end. So this was not. Don't be deceived by records.
Yeah.
Do not be deceived by records. You better start. We really need to start looking at the body of work of what teams are doing week in and week out, and actually take a hard, close look at some of their game film. Because you look at the record, and we looked at Morgan State when we were in the MEAC, and they were 0-9 or 0-7 or whatever, and getting outscored 150-2, and they beat our butts two successive years in a row. So, I don't pay a whole lot of attention to records. I look at what teams are doing on the field, and what I saw at Garner-Webb all through the fall, they had weapons and they can score points. Their problem had been that they haven't been able to stop a lot of people consistently until today. But when you give up 144 yards in penalties, you don't have to play a whole lot of defense. So,
I mean, that's right. Simple. I know, but listen, okay, so Craig with Doug, if what he says, you got to look at the body of work, right? Okay, here's a take a dose of truth serum to answer this question. 5 and 6, are we a bad football program? Not team.
No.
Are we a bad football program now?
No.
We're not a bad football
no.
program.
No, we're not. No. We're not. No. That's no. We've had some problems this year, and some beyond our control, like injuries and COVID and whatnot.
Yeah. We don't. That's a good point.
Yeah, okay. But so we had that at the beginning of the season and through most of the season with the injuries. The injuries have been just ridiculous this year. But a lot of that had to do with the fact that we didn't have a strength coach for over a year.
How does that happen?
Almost.
How does a good football program go a whole year without a strength and conditioning coach?
You'll have to ask the powers that be to make those decisions as to who gets hired in the hiring process. That's when you'll have to ask your AD about. I can't explain it. It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, I worked with personnel and government for years and years and years, and I think the longest I ever had for a vacancy for any kind of position was probably about 6 weeks max. So so I don't know what the deal is.
No,
I'll take it. You know what? I'll take the blame.
You play golf with everybody at the damn university. You play golf with damn Chancellor Martin to the janitor. You could have told somebody to hire them 50 conditioning coach.
Well, I think it was important to make sure that we got the guy we wanted. I'm not sure, what time of year it took place that we had the vacancy. And so district coaches aren't just lying around underneath the bleachers at Aggie Stadium, so you just have to go out and, I think we found or had an idea of what we were looking for. And I think we got, the guy we're looking for. And it takes time to build a strength and conditioning program or to get belief and buy-in. So we'll see. Time will tell, man. We'll see what the offseason looks like. Mat drills, January is around the corner. So we'll see, how much progress we can make. We definitely got to get bigger, faster, stronger across the board. And, our bodies have to change, man. We've got to get ready to play in the Big South. And that's not saying that, physically it's that much tougher. I just think that the skill sets and the necessary skill sets are a little bit different, So, I think we can accomplish some of that in the weight room and some of that we got to accomplish on the recruiting trail.
Oh, real quick, Craig. I got good news. Honestly. I went to Kickback Jacks right after the game to see hang out with Trues and VA finalists.
Where's Trues?
Huh? Trues, man, this
he's supposed to call in. I saw him walking. He's
harassing his wait staff again, huh?
Yeah, he was behind me the whole game.
Yeah, just being obnoxious and rude at the wait staff. I'm like, damn, Trues, hey, we're not at damn roof, Chris. You're not gonna get a damn 5-star service for some $15 chicken strips, okay? And they got like we're short staffed, right? This is the whole supply chain pandemic.
Yeah.
And Trues, he's going to down Salt Bay or I don't know. Like Trues, just calm down. But so he's doing good. And the VA finalists came down from Virginia, and Brandmaster, our photographer, he drove up from Atlanta, and it was cool hanging out. So no, I was at Kickback Jacks, and guess what I saw? I saw Big Country and his family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Matt Carnes, and he got even bigger.
Yeah, he's big.
He has that grown man solid look, and so evidently he tore his Achilles or something like that, and he had some other complications. So I don't want to say too much, but hopefully he'll be back. I think after the spring, but he looks good, man, and he's one of those guys who's going to make a difference. So you talk about reinforcements coming, offensive line. When we get Big Country back, and Big Country, his mom and dad like the coolest. They like the salt of the earth.
Yeah, good people.
Good people, and he's so well mannered. He's a cool kid. I'm rooting for him. I told him, I was like, when you put your high school scouting film up, it was like movie night for Blue Death Valley. We were like getting popcorn, watching, because we've been waiting for him 2 years, and he was just killing people on the field and pushing their head in the sand. So he looks good. He's coming back. So that's my positive. But I got a question for you. Somebody from the our chat line, Maurice Leary, he had a question. Says, where was Tavon Cook? He was another hero from the South Carolina State game, and for some reason, I guess he snitched on John Gotti because he's in witness protection, and we can't give him the ball passing or on kickoffs anymore. I mean, that's just how we do, right? You win us a game one week, you get 0 targets the next week.
Yeah, one thing that's kind of sticks out at me with a lot of our play calling, we and I don't know, because I'm not privy to the goings on day in and day out of what goes on with the practice and coaches and that sort of thing, because I'm not there 24/7, and but it appears to me that and this is just not me. This is from a lot of fans that were there today, and a couple of them a couple of high school coaches that were sitting down in front of us.
No, that ain't good.
They felt like there might have been A&T's a victim of habit. Because something is,
hubris.
Yeah, and because something has worked in the past, and you had really good success with it, they keep going back to it, even though the whole environment has changed and people are playing you differently and approaching you differently. We're still going back to what we're comfortable with. And it's almost like we don't have confidence when we get a guy like a Tamon Cook or Nick Dobson, and they have good games and they show up and they make, go out, and as coach always says, football players make plays. Well, in order to make the play, you got to give them the ball. And that's something that, for whatever reason, we seem to be stuck in this mold of, we're going to give it to this guy, we're going to throw this route, and it's just, we've gotten into, talk about players who get into bad habits on the field. I think same can be said of coaches too. I think as far as some of the things that we've done on offense is being done out of habit. Some of it has to do with injuries. Yes, I understand that. And you have to move personnel around, and you may not be able to do what you want to do in certain situations. But God, man, when you got one of the best tight ends, one of the best young tight ends who's a true freshman, one of the best tight ends I've seen in a long time, and you don't even sniff a ball his way,
hey,
something's off.
Listen, I don't want to say it. I don't want to say it. I do not want to say it, right? But if you don't use it, somebody else will.
Somebody else will, and they're gonna come calling.
This is a new day and age, man. Those FBS schools, they don't have to recruit junior colleges that much. They can just come to us, and they can start. And I don't want to go official with this. I heard a terrible rumor that we already got one of our better special team guys from this year who might get plucked and by the FBS team, and he might not be coming back. So I don't have enough accuracy to go with the name or whatever, but we might lose some key cogs on special teams because there's a better offer awaiting them. So and with that transfer portal, that's always something you got to keep in your back of your mind. And I don't know, Doug, question for you. Can an old dog learn new tricks? Can a championship winning coach pivot, after a 5 and 6 season and make this wholesale changes or make some serious changes that he needs to make?
Well, as you know, I'm a glass half full guy at times.
Yes, sir.
Maybe not right at the moment, but they say experience is the best teacher, and we definitely experienced some new things this season. We're still can't forget that coach is still in, his infancy stages of his head coaching career. He's only been a head coach a few years, so this is a new taste for him. We talked throughout the season him, having a losing streak. That's not something that we as Aggie fans have had to deal with here in a while, and it's new to coach. So dealing with that pressure and dealing with, just that disappointment, of losing ball games and not performing the way you want to. I'm sure that weighs on coach. He played in the NFL, so he understands winning and losing on a high level. So I'm sure he feels the pressure, not necessarily pressure in terms of from Aggie Nation, just pressure, to win. That's what good competitors do. They put that pressure on themselves. So, I'd like to think you're always learning and always trying to better yourself and learning new tricks. So we've got some time to reflect. We used to play football in December in the last couple of years. So, I know it's good for these guys to be done in November. So they'll get a chance to kick back and watch some games and see some other teams play and look back and see what we may have done differently. So I think it's a great chance for us to grow. That's all we can do. There's definitely room for improvement. The Big South, we've got an idea of what the Big South looks like now. So hopefully, we were able to use it as some positive learning experience. As bad as it hurts right now.
We had 2 years. We had 2 years to find out what the Big South looked like. I mean, it's not nothing new. It's not nothing different from what we thought it was.
We did not have 2 years. We didn't have 2 years. We started competing in the Big South for the first time this fall. Now, like I said, had we played in the spring, I think we may have seen a different ball club this fall. But We didn't play in the spring, so we had to take off some rust. Got a lot of work to do though, guys. There's no doubt about it. We've got to get better across the board. So, good athletes, good football players. You enjoy the work. You welcome the challenge. So, hey, challenge accepted. It's time to go to work.
All right. So, I guess right now we just. I don't know. You've been a part of coaching staffs and you've been a player. So do they have like exit interviews? Like what happens now after the season's over, Doug? How you clean out your locker room? What happens now?
Yeah, well, now the off season is kind of short, well, it has been in the past when we were playing in December, but those guys will go home, take some time to rest. You got Thanksgiving this week coming up. So it's time to reflect. Coach will give those guys a break. But they'll come back and they'll meet, they'll meet first thing tomorrow. They'll talk about put a bow on the season, or they'll talk and put a bow on the season. Look at some things going forward, come up with a plan, let the guys know the schedule for the upcoming months. And they'll start having some tough conversations, man. Those X meetings aren't always friendly meetings. Of course, your seniors, you want to send them off the right way, but they'll start looking at those numbers, man. This year was not a normal year. You got a lot of guys that stayed over and were able to gain extra years of eligibility. So it's a numbers game, man. Those guys, like my man on Instagram, them guys on the air out, they look at to see who's out there, man. And there'll be some guys that are knocking and calling that want to come to Greensboro. So I imagine that that it works both ways. There might be some guys that want to check out some other opportunities, but there'll be a lot of guys that want to come play in the blue and gold too. So,
and I had a list, man. Shoot, where did I put it? I had a list of all the guys who they named for senior day. Damn it. Show you how organized I am now. Got a whole bunch of them receipts, but I know
I got it here. I got it right here.
My man, the brains of the operation. Y'all think I'm joking? Hey, listen, we couldn't have done none of this stuff over the last 20 years if not for Craig Turner. Please believe that. So go ahead. You got it from. Go ahead, read it off, Craig.
Yeah. Of course, Kingsley Affetti is gone.
All right. Let me comment. Let's have a quick comment on each one. So Kingsley Affetti.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Thank you for your professionalism, because you could have.
Yes.
Listen, you could have easily just was focused on your Airbnb and your taxes and your damn whatever you do on the side. I know you are a super business savvy guy. You got a lot of interest. You're gonna be a successful businessman. There's no doubt in my mind. Thank you for taking the backup quarterback job seriously and doing the best, getting the most out of your talent. I will say the one thing you want all athletes to do is when their playing career is over, they look back and they say, I squeezed every ounce of winning out of my talent skill set. And he did that. Hats off. You are a true Aggie player, and we thank you for your service. All right. So that's Kingsley. Who else we got?
Richie Kittles.
The Kid Kittles, aka Mr. 5. Kittles took on the 5, I think 2 years ago when he got hurt. And I was excited to pass the 5 on to him. I always try to reach out to those guys. But he got hurt the year he wore the 5, and I'm like, man, I cursed the kid already. But no, man, Richie's been around for a little bit, man. And I tell him when I see him, we appreciate his contributions as well. He was one of those transfers that came in under Broadway and kind of was one of those guys that was, I consider, a linchpin guy. That he'll open the door for some more transfers to come in and make a way. He's a family guy. I think Richie's married with. I know he has a family, and he's an older guy on the team, and so he laid it on the line, man. He's been through some injuries. He had a lot of knee injuries, and he battled his way through and gave us what he had. But we appreciate Richie Kittles, man. I gotta give some love to my guys who wear the 5.
He's a tough guy too, and he's kind of like me. He'll bitch him on in a second. Like if something ain't right, he's gonna let you know it, right? Instagram or something. He'll do a subliminal tweet in a minute. But sometimes you gotta have that squeaky wheel to get things done.
Grease.
So obviously there was some issues that needed to be screamed about. So hats off, Richie Kittles. Thank you for your service. Who you got next, Craig?
Najee Reams.
All right, thank you for your service. Go next. No, I'm joking.
I hope you are.
No, I'm joking. Like he played. No, listen. He has some liabilities in coverage, but he's a leader. I see him on the sideline, coaching guys up, making sure people are accountable. Fast guy, track star. Lord, I just wish he had, some. Next, I don't want to say it, but I will say it. We got to develop these guys to learn how to backpedal and open the damn hips, okay? You can't get beat on a fly route every damn time. You can't just get beat on a 9 route 3 times in a row, okay? And then, Doug, did they start the game off with 3 9 routes? Was I mistaken?
No,
I was not.
They went over the top 3 times. Yeah, they went right at. They went right at.
So watch film, and you get beat off the first move, right? And what's your first reaction, Doug? Do you turn your head? No. Do you find the ball? No. What do? You grab, right? So you just grab and waist, and you surprise. You give me one of these. The whole Jordan, the meme. You give me one of these when you get called for a holding call 3 times on the first drive. All right, thank you for your service. Next, who we got?
Alex Fumba.
I wanted more out of Fumba, but he played hurt. No, I take that back. You played hurt. You're a tough kid.
Gave us what he had. He filled the need for linebacker when he came. We definitely had a hole at linebacker when he came on and joined us, and he stepped in there and gave us what he had. Seemed like he made the most of his time at A&T. Seemed to buy in and enjoy his time at A&T. I know he wasn't always slotted for that starting position, but he rotated in, and I think he also helped bridge the gap to a young Jacob Roberts. So I told him when I saw him after the game, man, we appreciate your effort too, man.
Gotcha. Who we got next, Craig?
Kashawn Baker.
Love the kid. And I was tough on him. I was tough on him. I really
tough
like
early.
those. I don't like small running backs. I got like I'm for some reason I like my guys to look like was it Eric Dickerson? I want like 6'2" guys, right? But so I don't like small running backs, but he plays so much bigger than size. He was the change of pace guy we need this year. Imagine how bad our offense will look without him. Now, how's his hands? Not so great, but that quick move
improved since his freshman year. Freshman year, I was a little concerned when he's back to field the punt. That was the year we couldn't field the punt to save our life,
right?
As a team, but his hands improved. He caught some passes in 2019 out of the backfield, and he improved. And it even has a career punt return for a touchdown, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Was it against those Saints? It wasn't against Garner-Webb. So was it against Garner-Webb?
Yeah.
Against Garner-Webb, matter of fact. Yep. So, hey, thank you for your service. Definitely improved during his time here, man, and became a leader for us. So,
Kashawn Baker, man, little
Farmville,
big man.
North Carolina. Jeff German.
All right, who you got, Craig?
Will Jones.
Yeah, that's weird. Like, actually, you're talking about somebody. If they had an APB on the football field, if the cops came and said we got a arrest warrant for a rover, a prototypical rover, you're like, okay, that's him, right? So he looks the part. I mean, just tall, rangy, and I guess what was his issue? This health issues. He couldn't stay.
Couldn't stay healthy.
Couldn't stay healthy. I mean, that was a really arrested development, man. Like he just looked like, man, if we could just get him on the field healthy, he's gonna be a difference maker. We never really saw it. All right, so who else we got?
Jermaine Martin.
God. Oh boy. All right, let's take a second to talk about this one. I'm just thinking about his bank account and how different it would have looked this time last year if he would just not came back, because I feel like he cost himself a lot of money, and it's gonna be tough, man. Like, do you guys think that you think he get like a training camp invite? I mean, he's not getting drafted, obviously, but you think?
I think so. Yeah, I think there'll be some teams that'll be interested in him, but he'll get a look. He'll get a look. They'll give him They'll invite him into camp.
What about
I
this
don't
though?
see him getting drafted though. I don't see
What
him
if
getting drafted.
what if our number one all-time wide receiver, our number one all-time quarterback, and Jermaine Martin all finish their careers here? Neither one of them even get an invite to a training camp. Lamar, Ebell, and Jermaine Martin. What if we go over on all those guys? What's that saying about our program? If we can't get these guys,
I don't think it says anything about the program. I think
Damn you,
it probably
COVID.
said. Yeah, I don't think no, it doesn't have anything to do with COVID. I don't think it says anything to do with the program. I think it's just the individuals and the luck of the draw, the time, the circumstances. Because
Circumstantial.
Ebell was a victim of circumstance, of bad timing. I think without the COVID calling off a couple of his camps that he was supposed to go showcase in, and is having workouts canceled because of COVID, basically took him out, took him completely off the board, took him completely out of sight, out of mind. And then when they did call him up, it was at the last minute, spur of the moment, no time to prepare. So you just gotta, you have no time to prepare. You haven't been doing any kind of training or anything because you don't know what's going on. And then they ask you to come in and run a 4. Want you to run a 4.4, and you end up running a 4.8. So I don't think that has anything to do with it. Because by the same token, we've got guys who we thought might not ever make it who are now playing. So it's just luck of the draw.
I just hope, man. He's a good kid. I don't know him personally, but every time I see him at the press conferences, he's always super, well spoken, and I just hate it for him. All these guys, man.
Shot. I promise you that he's gonna give it his best shot. I wouldn't count him out just yet, guys. I'll tell you that. I'm not gonna count him out just yet. I didn't count him out all season, but give him a chance to get healthy. Somebody's gonna take a shot on him. But give him a chance to be his best, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I think what he needs to do.
It's a long time between now and April. So,
what he ever needs to do is he needs to get in contact with Mac McCain and find out who the hell was training him for the NFL draft process, because that dude looked a whole lot different from when he left A&T. That was a grown man who was trying out for the NFL. Mac McCain. Yeah. He had gained about 20 pounds of muscle. He got faster. Yeah. So whatever Mac McCain did, if you're trying to go to the NFL, call him up and do the exact same thing that he did. Because I think Jermaine's gonna have to lose some weight, right? Probably about 5 pounds at least.
Yeah, I think he'll have to. I don't know if he necessarily would lose some weight, but he'll need to put on some more body mass with muscle.
So he needs some. He's kind of soft around the edges a little bit.
Yeah, right? Yeah. I don't think his weight's the problem. I think he's gonna have to put some more mass on though. If he's gonna be running back in the NFL, because that's a short-lived position in the NFL. Matt's 5 years for most of them. So,
all right. Last question about that: should we have held him out longer, Doug Brown? Did we mismanage the training rehab process with 30? Because he didn't look right until. You don't think so?
I mean, he came back to play. He didn't come back to sit and try to get healthy. And he's one of those guys. If he's cleared and he wants to play, good luck trying to hold him back. And I think again, hindsight, you may say I want to do some things differently, or I may have thought about holding him out. But I think when he was ready to go, we held him out most of what seemed like the summer and fall camp. So, I think he was ready to go when you have to give him an opportunity at least, to get out there if he's cleared and ready to go.
Okay, so quick story. My oldest son played, JV football, and he broke his thumb last game of the season. So he got a cast on, right?
Mm-hmm.
This week finally got his cast off. So I was going to take him in the backyard, but he has to have like a little splint for like 2 more weeks before it's healed. So I was going to say, you know what? You got your cast off. Let's just try. Let's just go and throw some spirals. My wife said, "The hell you are." He's not touching the football until the doctors say he's 100% right. Okay, so I wanted him to go out there and play, but somebody who had better sense said no. Right? Is that not the job of the coaching staff to say, I know you want to go out there for the fans, but we want to preserve your NFL potential and future. Let's wait until you're 100% instead of going out there looking bad, putting out bad film, and messing up your resume tape for the. I just don't think we did right by him.
Well, it's tough to gauge that in a practice setting. For one, if he wasn't practicing, then it's tough to tell where he is. And then in two, you got bubble wrap on him in practice because you don't want him to get hurt. So you're never really going full speed, 100% all out because you don't want to aggravate whatever was bothering him. So it's just one of those things, sometimes you put him out there in the game and see what it's like in a game time situation.
All right, so basically what Doug is saying on the record, players determine when they play. Not the coaching staff. The players get the
players play. Players play.
All right, so Craig, read some more names off. We got Jermaine Martin.
Craig? Who else we got, Craig? They get 90
Stephen Davis.
Stephen Davis, man. You get a coach's award from me this year, man. I looked up this year. What a bad pass interference call in my book he got today. At least I was up there yelling at the ref when they threw it. But man, we talked about him the other week. He definitely stepped up. Played a couple of different positions for us, man. I would like to have him longer, but as far as I know, a team guy. I'm glad he's able to finish out his career here. If this is the end for him, college-wise, I know he'd been a couple of different stops. I think originally he signed with Auburn. I don't know if he ever made it on campus, but ended up in South Carolina. And then he ended up with us, so we were happy to have him. Seemed like a model kid while he was here. Hey, we're going to miss him, man.
Hey, if you gotta go, man, let's let us know. We'll.
They don't. They're still trying to wrap it up in here, man. The lights on. Right. They hadn't cut the lights off yet.
All right, we good. All right, so Stephen Davis last game is the Aggie 52-yard fumble recovery. That was crazy because usually a football, it's oblong shaped ball, it bounces crazy. That ball bounced straight down, straight up, and it hung on the ground and it said catch me. He did. And he ran back and looked pretty fast doing it. So awesome way to go out with that memory.
Yeah.
All right, who else you got?
John Davis, a long snapper.
Best long snapper in A&T history. Prove me wrong. Best long snapper in A&T history.
Well, one of my wife's relatives, his cousin or nephew. Anyway, one of the two. Anyway, he's going to be long snapper next year, so we'll see.
All right. Okay. All right. Start of a new era. All right. Who else you got?
Yeah. Michael Branch.
Oh, best defensive tackle we had all season. Great. That was a great transfer. Whoever signed him, whatever coach signed him, you might get 5 more minutes on the cool seat before the hot seat starts, but you still on the hot seat in 2022.
We were lucky to get him back this year too, right?
Yeah. I think that was like an 11th hour edition, right? And I think everybody was surprised he decided to come back. So. Right.
Next on the list is DeJure Simpson.
Okay. Up and down season, but overall good career, solid career.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Balil Ali.
Same deal. On the other side, probably some plays you want back, but he's a Philadelphia kid too, right?
Yeah.
State property kid. All right. Good run. You helped us win some banners. Appreciate you.
Ron Hunt.
My man Rondo. Hey, Doug, he's another one of those guys. That what if, like you just kind of just always waiting for that breakout. We saw it in Furman. I said, this is going to be it. This is going to be the Ron Hunt show 2021. And we never saw that Ron Hunt. We saw him maybe one more time on a jump ball, but just overall, just this what was that guy's name? David Copperfield, this disappearing act. I was like, why? And it's not his fault.
Receiver is the most dependent position in all of sports. I mean, you cannot throw the ball to yourself. You need 11 other guys to do their job, 10 other guys to do their job for you to have some success. But good job, man. Good career. He's been around for a while, so he's seen a lot. But definitely a champion. He can call himself a champion for life, right?
Yeah. Hey, and guys, if y'all on the chat, live chat, watching this whole tight, we're going to give y'all a chance to interact with us. Like somebody can join this little meeting. But the rules are Don't cuss, don't say anything crazy because this is live. So filter yourself and don't have anything in the background. Don't play like the YouTube video in the background. It'll be like a delay. So we're gonna give y'all a link in a second, but just hold tight. And so Craig, what's the next name?
Well, we're running out of names because we didn't have that many seniors.
Did we see Harold? Did Harold walk? Did he come out?
No.
Oh, is there any chance? Are you saying there's a chance?
Yeah, I would say it was a good chance. You didn't see him walk out there. You didn't see Jermaine McDaniel walk out there either.
I know Jermaine McDaniels was. They said concussion protocol.
Right.
He's gonna get a medical red shirt. McDaniels is there. He's coming back. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, Devin Harold did not walk today.
So
he has another year of eligibility anyway.
He does.
Yeah, because of the COVID year.
I thought but see, that damn A&T website. I don't know who's coming to going because somebody's like a 5th year senior and they'll have 2 more years left, and then somebody's a freshman like, oh yeah, they're going. So
yeah,
I don't know.
Everybody you saw out there today is definitely not coming back.
Okay, I know that, but so Devin Harold,
unless something changes between now and April, by the time we finish up spring ball, they're all still there.
Don't you count Ron Hunt out, Ron?
Oh man, hey, listen. Hey, okay. You got any more? Because I got.
Who else we got, Greg?
I got
Davis Rogers, who did a lot of kicking today. He's
I like that. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. This is coach. Yeah. That's a Coach Washington deal.
He's like,
I know you haven't done anything for like 4 years, but I'm gonna give you an actual field goal and an extra point. Now he got an extra point. Did he get a field goal too? No, he got an extra point and a kickoff, and that was cool. Like, that's the kind of stuff why you root for Sam Washington. You want Sam Washington to be the face of your program. He's a good guy. He does it the right way, right? And everybody who we interview for our podcast says one thing: Sam Washington knows his stuff. He's not an idiot. He's a defensive guru. It's just that you gotta go.
Billy's turning the lights on me. I'm gonna transition. I'm a transition. Stay with me.
Uh-oh.
I'm with you.
Okay.
All right. You say transition. That means different things in 2021. So
no. Now wait a minute. Now you're breaking our own rules.
Hey, this is a family program.
Can you do that, bro? Can you do that?
All right, man. So let me do this, dude.
And we had one grad transfer, and a kid by the name of Zaire Ashley. I played a little bit this year. I didn't see enough of it to make any kind of evaluation other than say thanks to him as being one of the seniors that's played their last game today.
Yeah. All right, so I would be remiss if I didn't mention somebody, and I can't go into detail because I don't know all the facts. I promise you I'm clueless. Well, I'm not clueless. I heard stories. I heard some the scuttlebutt, the rumors or whatever about Corey Banks. He wasn't out there. He hasn't been out there for like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Got into some disciplinary issues. Coach did mention that during a press conference, so I can talk about that and what the scope of those disciplinary issues are. Not really at liberty to say. From what I heard, it's not great, but wasn't something that I would think would be like the competitive death penalty. I don't think you should get kicked off the team, and I don't think you should have a graduate guy who help you win a Celebration Bowl. I think he should probably have been allowed to have a senior day moment with his family. I don't know. Like I say, two sides to every story. And I just feel bad that we have a senior day and then one of our guys who was a starter and who coach said at the beginning of the season was your best receiver, your ex-receiver, right? For him not to participate, for him not to be allowed to walk out there leaves a bad taste in my mouth. But I can't really say what I want to say because you got to have your facts right. But I will say just feels bad, and I put on Twitter free Corey Banks, and I still stand by that. But it's a shame. I'm sure the coaches feel they had to do what they had to do. But it's really indicative of this whole season, man. It's just like, just so much disappointment. So many guys who you thought they was going to have these banner campaigns. And this, at the end of the day, they wasn't there standing at the end. So just, what can you say, man? This has been a rough one. I'll tell you this though, Craig. I will say this though.
Mm-hmm.
We got a chance.
Okay.
Here's my Doug Brown impersonation. Glass half full. As bad as 2021 was, right?
Yeah.
It was still a lot better than 2020, right?
Well, yeah, there was football.
We had football, right?
Win or lose, we had some football this year. We had our moments. We had some moments, some positive moments during the season, and saw some very promising. I tell you, the freshman class really surprised me. They contributed a lot more than obviously anybody had anticipated with all the injuries. But the fact that they did participate came in and played at such a high level without really, and I mean, to be perfectly honest about it, not knowing what they were doing, played pretty well. You got some kids in like Jamison Warren did an exceptional job at flankers, stepping in when Banks went out. Can't say enough about Taekwon King.
Oh my Lord! So he high ankle sprain, right?
Yeah. Henry Daniels played tremendous. He played defensive end, and then a couple of games because of all the injuries, they moved into defensive tackle, and he just played his butt off.
Was that 99?
Yeah. That was He's one of the smaller defensive linemen that we have, but probably one of the most tenacious guys as far as getting after people. So. We've had some kids. We had some couple kids in the secondary that came up and did pretty well. I was real impressed as the season got started winding down. I was real impressed with Ty Williams at defensive back. I think he's a star.
Is that 26?
I think he's a star in the making. That kid moves well. He's a quick study. Made some really good on the fly adjustments. He's going to be good. He's going to be an exceptional player. I thought Aaron Harris had a rough start to his freshman year, but he improved greatly as the year went on, and got him a couple picks this year. So we've got you got Bashal Tootin in there. I don't have to say too much about him. 33 is good.
I might practice a little bit with my kickoff returns with him though. That might be a point of emphasis in all season.
Yeah. But again though, being a true freshman, can't really knock anything he did during the year.
Oh, somebody said Buckhalter. Don't forget about Sterling Buckhalter.
Yeah, Sterling Buckhalter got his 4 games in early in the year, so they kept it. So we'll keep a red shirt on him.
Okay. Oh, so that's good. That's good.
Sincere Burnett saw some action towards the latter part of the season.
That's my guy from Grizzly. I didn't notice. I was looking at the roster the other day. I was like, damn, I haven't noticed Sincere, number 42. So you saw him in the.
Yeah, he played quite a bit down at South Carolina State. So he's another kid that's going, I think is being groomed behind Stuckey. Stuckey, boy, man, Stuckey can play. That guy covers more field than Carter got liver pills, but But I think he's going to be. I think this team we got personnel. Okay, we've got some personnel. We just have to make some changes as to it's not going to take like wholesale personnel changes. It's going to take some new additions in a couple spots. We're going to have to get bigger at defensive tackle. No disrespect to the guys who played this year. I thought they played their butts off. They gave as good as they got, but we cannot continue to play in this new league with 250-pound defensive tackles. We can't do it. We cannot do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get a lot bigger on the interior of our line. I think our defensive ends are more than capable, but the interior of that defensive line has got to get bigger. We'll need to. I can't say enough about the linebackers. I think a linebacker corps is in really good shape. We'll be waiting to see as far as the secondary is concerned. We'll have to wait and see what the deal is with DJ Carson, because he's a difference maker. If things work out for him medically and he's able to, and the doctors feel comfortable with him playing football, and his family feels comfortable getting out and playing football, that would be a tremendous boost to that defense.
He only played 3 snaps. Yeah, 3 snaps.
He only played 3 snaps,
yeah,
but God, you can just look at this kid and you just look at this kid just as way he works in practice and the way he just tears it up. He wasn't a 4-star recruit just because they like the way liked his haircut or anything like that.
He would have been a difference maker. I mean, you could think McNeil. So McNeil gets to redshirt, I think. No. He doesn't. But he has 1 more year left. So look, I'm looking at this roster now. Come on, Brian Holloway. I love you like a stepbrother. We gotta get this right. So 50. Devin Harrell is listed as a redshirt senior.
Yeah, he technically will graduate, but he still has another year eligibility.
I hope so. Craig, I hope you're right, because I tell you that play. He redshirted again. That play he made in South Carolina State, that's going to go on the season highlight. Reel. That's one of the best plays a defensive players made in years for us. If we get him back, that's going to be a huge get.
Yeah, it will be. Offensively going into next year, offensive line. I like the idea of Corin Sharp stepping into offensive line.
Matt Carnes.
Yeah, Matt Carnes is coming in at one of the tackles.
Yeah.
So I think the offensive line is going to be a year older. Granted, now they'll have a strength and conditioning coach so they can go completely headfirst into a strength and conditioning program in the offseason, and that should help. That should help immensely. And they now, because of a lot of things, we played a lot of people. The one thing I would like to see us get away from, though, is all this platooning that we did in the offensive line. Listen, and I understand what I understand what they were trying to do.
You can't rotate. This is not wide receivers.
I know.
You can't rotate guards and tackles on every dead ball. I've never seen that.
You can rotate units. I would rotate units, but I can see that. If you're going to we run a 1 unit for 2 or 3 series. That's what we've done in the past, and then we run the second group in for a play or 2, and we'll substitute in out 1 or 2 guys, to give a guy a blow or to get him off the field because he got a nicked up or something. But I've never seen us run them in and out like we do skilled players.
You know what it looks like, Craig? You watch NHL, it looks like a hockey shift. It looks like a hockey shift in the NHL where guys are running off doing like every little a puck change. You got 3 or 4 guys coming in. I'm like, how
that kills your continuity.
Yeah. Hey, so we got a guest. A VIP.
Okay, great.
Original Blue Death member from MEAC Fan Days. We got to bring her into the fold right now. 90 Aggie. Where we at, 90? Come to the middle.
There she is.
Hey, Angela, what's up?
Hey.
How y'all doing?
Man, we're doing great. See you. How you doing?
Aggie Pride. I'm doing well.
Aggie Pride. Hey, listen. So you were with us from not day 2, not day 3, day 1, back at meacfans.com.
Right on.
I see you got that The Aggie hat on, looking good. Are you still in Maryland? Where you living at?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll get two. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I'm
I'm
getting
still
too
in
personal.
Maryland. I'm in Maryland.
You're still in Maryland. All right, I'm sorry. All right, don't forget
He'll
that.
put it all
We'll
out on
edit
the
that
street, won't he?
out. We're on a 7-second delay, so I'm gonna fix that before it goes
That's
live.
okay.
Nah, so did you you watch the game on TV?
I did not.
You did not.
Tell me, what were they wearing?
All blue.
Yes.
So that's a win. It wasn't great. It wasn't great this week.
That's a win. Yeah.
Right. So, okay, 90, you are pretty much a pragmatic person, right? Yeah, you're even keel. You know, you think with your logic, not your emotions. Okay. Do you think we need to make wholesale changes to the program, to the staff, to the roster, or do you feel like this is a fluke year and we should try to do chicken again in 2022?
Oh gosh, you're asking me a tough question.
Yes.
I really don't know.
You don't know. And that's why we brought you on here. For that type of insight.
I don't know what the answer is, but I know something has to change because Aggie fans are really disappointed in the way this season turned out. Something has to change. I don't know if it's coaching. I don't know what it is, but something has to change. So I just like to listen to you guys chop it up and say what should be done because I'm not a football expert by any means.
Right.
I just like to listen to you guys. So whatever Craig says we should do,
that's what you gotta do.
we should do.
Hey,
No.
And so 90, I keep going to call you Angela. 90. So tell people real quick, all the young bucks, tell them what the early stages was of the BDF. Like talk about like when we were on MEAC fans going against FAMU and the JSU Mafia.
Crazy.
Oh man.
I tell you, the best thread for me that I remember is the one where we were dissing FAM and BCU, and we called it the "We Both Got Beat by A&T Bowl."
Oh yeah.
Crazy. We had some really good times, and then when the SWAC page went down,
oh yeah, hilarious.
That was hilarious. So we had some good times over there. And really, whenever you decided to start BDV, I was kind of against it. I was like, no, we don't need to have our own forum. But then when we got it, it was amazing.
God bless the child that has his own. See, I was trying to look through like Doctor Strange. I was sitting there shaking like Doctor Strange, looking through time of all the possibilities. There was only one end game. We had to leave and we had to start Blue Death Valley. See, guys, y'all don't understand, but Blue Death Valley was actually a private forum. We had a website called meacfans.com, started like 1998, 99. And this is where everybody, for the MEAC had, that's the only place you could talk sports online. This before Twitter, before Facebook, before Instagram, all that stuff, Snapchat, anything. So we would all get there every day for like 15 hours a day, 20 hours a day. And we just talk about each other's school and we just have so much fun, smack talk. Then we have some serious discussions about, state of HBCUs. This is like 1999. So 2000, the year 2000, I said, guys, I can see it coming. We're going to have to do it home, right? And so we first of all, we didn't have a name. We were like this A&T folks. I said, you know what? Let's call ourselves the BDF. And then, 9 agrees with everything. He said, yeah, I love it. Go ahead. Let's do it. So you were on board. And then Paul Doomsday, he was like, nah, that's too, we're doing too much. I was like, listen to me, Paul. Listen to me, Dooms. That's my best friend. My son's godfather. I said, listen, we gotta brand ourselves. It's gonna be a big thing in the future, branding. So we made that move. We started our own website, and 21 years later, here we are.
Yeah.
And Craig was there day one, 9, and then Dex. So give me some other guys. Do a roll call now. You got a great memory. Give me some early father figures of the BDF.
Ooh, I just remember you and Dooms, Aggie 1.
Sharpless. Remember Sharpless?
Yeah, Sharpless.
Yeah, Sharpless. Dex was there, definitely.
Dex.
Yeah.
Jeff, Aggie fan.
I think Christy was there.
Fifth quarter Christy was there, definitely. Yeah. And, so fifth quarter Christy, if y'all was at the game, she won the damn chicken box, the prize. She submitted a photo for the marketing scoreboard Instagram thing, and they call her name like the third quarter. So
How
she
about
won
that?
like a Miss Winners 4-piece or whatever.
All
Something
right.
crazy. Yeah. So Christy won, and shout out to her family. She had, her dad passed earlier this year, but fifth quarter Christy, she was a trailblazer too.
Yeah.
So who else anybody else we missing that we should acknowledge?
Wow. See, I could have looked all this stuff up if I knew you were going to ask me that.
That's what. So you got to keep you on your toes. That's
Wow.
that's that live TV, no safety net.
Was Neighborhood Superstar there? In the
No,
early days?
no, he's like
much
third
later.
generation.
Later.
Yeah, nah, you can't. He's not one of the OGs.
Okay. He's not OG. Okay.
He's not one of the OGs. Oh, Captain Aggie.
Okay.
Yeah.
Captain Aggie.
Aggie 77.
Yes, Aggie 77 because he's the DC game. So Aggie 77. Tyler, I see Tyler on there. Tyler was around. He wasn't. Tyler was always with us, but he was working for the sports information department. So Tyler knows, and Tyler has a memory like a damn elephant. If you want some, listen. If you want some useless information, if you want some trivia, just so you can use in a bar, right? Talk to Tyler Ball. That dude has more random facts than anybody I know. Like he knows what the damn diameter of a damn volcano in Southeast Asia is. I promise you. Tyler Ball is on it, man. But yeah. So are you digging the show? Are you like what we,
Oh, let me tell you. Last night when I got it in, I watched the Alan Hooker interview. Just did my heart good because man, I was Alan Hooker. That was my era. When I was a freshman, I think when he was maybe sophomore, junior, something like that. But Alan Hooker was it for me. And it was so good listening to that interview last night. Yeah, I've listened to quite a few of the other ones. I got to catch up, though. I've missed a couple. But
come on. No, listen. So the one before Alan Hooker was Spencer Turkin.
I didn't see that one.
Okay, so you know what I'm going to start doing? I'm going to be like Frank Lucas. I'm going to start chopping this stuff up. Like small, like parcels. And I'm gonna flood the market like that. So because like right now it's like all of them are like an hour and 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna start putting like little, I'm gonna put some nicks and some dimes out there, and I'm gonna just flood so you can just kind of digest it real quick. Here's a 7-minute little portion of an interview. So I'm gonna do that. Is Doug back? Because Doug was having some issues. So all right. So 90. So anything else you want to talk about? You want to
when
share with the
Doug
world?
gets back, I want to know where he got that coat.
All right, so let me get Doug back in here.
I want that coat because I saw the logo on it. I want that coat.
Doug, can you hear us? Doug, can you hear us? He's still trying to get back.
Okay.
That's the beauty of live streaming.
Doug,
can you hear us? Doug, I know you ain't driving and trying to talk.
He's riding.
Man, if somebody gets license plates, please call the state troopers on him. Because they ain't safe.
I'm back.
And you've been, I ain't gonna say what you've been doing, so we don't want to incriminate you. But hey, Doug, real quick, man. I know you got the G-Wagon going 120 miles per hour. 90 is on the line. She wants to know where you got the coat and the KGB hat. Can you hear us, Doug? Come on, Doug. You got one job, bro. All right, so we just gonna watch Doug drive, and he'll and he's a night rider.
So what happened to everybody else that was on the live stream thing?
What you mean?
Are we still live?
We're still live.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Early on the one that was listening to earlier, I mean, people were chatting, and there was a lot of people on there, but there's only 4 of us on here now.
It's like you got everybody on the side.
Oh, everybody's outside?
No, on the side, like everybody's still watching. So it was us 3 talking, and then see Doug, you get your mic. That's what's unmute.
Yeah, there's. I think we've got about.
He's trying. Okay, he
don't got about 40 people,
but he wants to see.
Oh, okay, I see it now. I didn't have comments on.
Okay, there you go.
There we go.
Right. So all right, we got Michael Knight just riding around Greensboro, aimlessly. Like I mean, he don't understand. That's not great TV, man. It's to see you watching and driving. But so we'll find out. We'll get his Taylor and his whoever his contact with the Russian KGB where you guys had at.
Yeah, I gotta get that coat. That coat is fire.
Yeah, you know how Doug does it. You know he golfs with the big wigs at A&T. You know, anytime there's a big homecoming event, it's always Doug on doing a foursome with Chancellor Martin and somebody else who writes big checks. Oh, by the way, so did y'all see that we have changed the name of the track? The track is no longer the Irwin Belk Track Center. It's now, what is it? Malik Johnson, Martin Johnson, something like that.
Is it Marcus? I think
Marcus,
yeah,
Marcus
Johnson track. I call it the Marcus Johnson Speedway. So that's pretty cool. I guess we'll have some major recruits coming on that track and field pretty soon. But all right, so you guys, I'm gonna kick Doug out because he's messed up my flow. You have to come back later, Doug. All right, 90. So you gonna be at the any of the basketball games this year?
I can't say.
Okay.
Because I'll get in trouble if I say.
Uh-oh.
If I say what's going on with me in A&T Sports right now, I'll get in trouble.
Oh, you got a beef with somebody?
Yeah.
Really? Okay, now we got some drama. This is after dark. No, so 90. So
I got myself in trouble.
Listen,
Go ahead, Dr. Phil.
I done ruined every relationship I had with the coaching staff in the first hour of this program, right?
Yeah.
So me and you both gonna be like outcasts. So tell me you don't have to say any names, but in general, maybe there's an issue we can help you resolve.
I'm still in my feelings with the move. So
to the Big South.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, got you. So you felt that we should have stayed HBCU no matter what. If it's an all-black Titanic, you want us to go straight for that iceberg. You don't care.
I want to go down with the ship.
I hear you.
I'm a MEAC baby. I mean, that's all I know is MEAC.
Right.
And I miss it.
Okay.
You know, basketball tournaments down in Norfolk. I mean, I miss that.
Wow. So you're doing kind of a non-violent protest. You're like
I'm boycotting.
No. She said the B word. Oh my Lord, that's crazy. Okay, so how long is it? Like a time frame?
It's a year. We'll see what happens. Because I think if we go to North Dakota, I may have to go. Right.
Okay. So let me ask you this before I let you go. So is there anything that A&T can do to win you over, to smooth over this whole process? Anything that they can do?
I mean, I'm just kind of boycotting the sports as far as other things. A&T.
I mean, A&T athletics. Is there anything that Earl Hilton can he call you up right now and be like, look here, 90. I know you got some issues with what we did, but here's XYZ. You're like, okay, I'm sold. Is there anything they could do to kind of change
because I've listened to his presentations about why we made the move and the justifications and all of that. I've heard all of that. I'm just still in my feelings about the move. So once I get past that, I'll be back.
Okay, so you hang out with old school Aggie, correct? You guys are
I don't know him.
Yeah, you do.
I don't know him.
He whooped your mind. Old school, because you sound like an old school
a follower. No, I don't know him at all. But some of the things that he said, I agree with. Some of the things he says, I don't agree with.
That's how it starts. That's how it starts, Craig.
Oh, is this live? Is everybody listening to me? Because
hey, David Koresh. When David Koresh started giving out his little sermons, they're like, yo, something about that guy. He's a good-looking guy. He's talking some good stuff there. I'm telling you, it always starts with a little bit of truth, and then you become a full-fledged crazy. So,
all right. Let me just say this. I'm Aggie bread. When I die, I'll be Aggie dead. So I haven't given up on A&T entirely.
Right.
I still love A&T with all of my heart. But I'm
all
just
right. Okay, do me a favor. And I know you're I ain't gonna say where you live at, but you live outside of North Carolina. Can you for me? And we go back 20 some years. Can you at least attend one basketball game and just to see what it's like. And you can go after that and say, you know what, it sucks like I thought it was gonna suck, but can you attend one men's or women's basketball game before your boycott was supposed to end?
Well, I don't think they're playing in our area. I mean, they didn't play any football in
Hampton. They play Hampton. How far are you from Hampton?
Hampton.
Can you go? All right, that's amazing.
I thought about going to the Hampton football game, but it's still kind of COVID going on, and with my boycott and everything, I didn't go. But
right, okay.
We play Hampton at Hampton. I'm
pretty sure because we play on should be like a home deal, right? So think about that. Think about that.
I'll tell you. I will think about it.
You consider that.
I will.
All right. So look, all right. So thank you, 90. We're gonna let you go. It's a pretty cool hat though, 90. Where you get that from, the bookstore? Or you got that off of F Street, DC?
I think I might have got it from the bookstore some years ago.
It looks a little kind of bootleggish, usually the logo's a little bit too big.
I don't do bootleg.
Now this is bootleg. I got this made at the mall. I went to one of those hat stores.
I think I got this from the bookstore, or maybe at a football game, one of the vendors. So maybe that is a little bootleg.
But it's misspelled. It says AGGAES. So I'm joking. Nah. All right, 90. So we're gonna let you go. But thank you for joining us, and thank you for supporting the podcast. You've been one of the you always improve. I like, hey, Craig, I don't know if that was a good show, man. It's felt like I was stuttering extra long this time, and then 90 Aggie will get on there and she'll be like, oh, that was the best show ever. You guys should get a Peabody Award for podcast. Yes.
You guys do great work. I'm telling you, I'm loving the expansion and all the new ideas and things you're coming up with. So keep it up.
And Craig knows everything, right?
Thanks.
Craig is
a walking encyclopedia.
Craig yeah, so mine's been 1945. This is the punter. We have 1 foot. I'm Craig.
Yeah. Craig is on it. I mean, you guys.
Everybody needs a.
And he starts throwing out stats like, what? Where'd that come from? Yes.
Everybody needs a nerd. That's something to be said for us nerds, man.
Yeah. All right. So look, 90, we're gonna let you go. But look, if anybody wants to join the conversation like 90, how effortless she got on here, if you go to bluedeathdiary.com, there's a thread says live post-game show. I put the link to this live thing. And what time is it? It's almost
8:30.
All right, so we got to get off here pretty soon. My wife's I was supposed to take her to Hobby Lobby about 5 hours ago, but it's gonna be tough.
So you got about 33 minutes, man.
Huh?
So if you're kicking me out, I can't watch anymore?
No, you can watch. How was you watching before, 90?
I was on the other link. You have 2 links, right?
Yeah, you got the YouTube link. You got this.
Okay, so would I go back to the YouTube link?
Okay, there you go. I'm gonna help you use that JMOC major. You're a Crosby kid. So
technology. I'm a Crosby kid. I don't know anything about technology.
Did you see Miss Alexis Davis?
Oh, she was on it.
She's like, I said, so what do y'all do for multimedia? Oh, basically we do astrophysics, and then we do open heart surgery, and then we do long division. I'm like, what
are you talking about? We didn't have that. Yeah. So yeah, she's amazing. She's gonna do great things. I'm looking forward to hearing from her in the future. She is on top of it.
I slid her my resume. I said, I ain't making no money, so hook a brother up.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Okay.
Doug, he's back. All right, so I'm kicking you off, Aggie, and I'm bringing back Doug. No. He wants to talk to you real quick. Hold on.
I want to get that
Doug. Doug, can you hear me?
Yes, I made it.
Hey, Doug.
You must live in Claremont. How you get home next week? You live on Phillips Avenue?
Not too far, man.
All right.
Listen, I'm down Lee Street, not too far down from Aggie Stadium, man. It's not too far of a drive, but I made it home.
I recognize.
Sorry, I couldn't join in earlier. I could hear you guys, but y'all couldn't hear me.
Doug, where'd you get that coat? Tell me where you got that coat, Doug.
The coat?
Yes.
Well, I got a couple code gear items that I like to bring out certain times of the year. So it was needed this time of year. This was a coat I think they used back during one of the homecomings. It was a staff for homecoming.
Oh, okay.
I got some connections. So
you say back during the Cold War. You say during the Cold War.
Do I need to work on getting you one?
You said Siberia? What you say? Hey, Drago. I'm mad you killed Apollo Creed, by the way, man. You shouldn't have done it.
You know, you don't like my custom made here. You know,
that's tight. I ain't
this
seen
is
that.
before custom. Come on, man. It's all Aggie.
There ain't nowhere in the hell the bookstore sells that.
That's the Aggie side, you know.
There ain't nobody. There is nowhere in the hell the bookstore sells that.
And the Aggie pride on the back. Aggie.
No.
Nah.
No, that's not a Barnes and Noble item.
No. I gotta turn you in, dude, because you know what you're doing? You're stealing money from the university. You start making your own A&T gear, it defeats the purpose, man. We trying to give these kids some books and stuff. Nah, man. That's wrong. Yeah. All right, so 90, we're gonna let you go.
All right.
So go back. Hey, so go back to the YouTube channel.
Okay, we'll do. Thanks.
Right. Take care.
Remove. There you go. All right, 3 amigos back in there. So guys, if y'all want to join in like 90, go to the real quick, probably about 20, 30 more minutes, and then we're gonna let you guys go. But we go to the A&T message board, A&T fan forum on BlueDeathValley.com, and there's a thread that says live post game show, and you can click that link and we'll add you to the conversation. So all right, so Craig, all right, let's go through some more stats.
All right,
go through some more stats. How does it sound for you? Jalen Fowler, 6 completions for 50 yards. Kingsley Ifedi, okay, 4 completions for 42 yards and 1 interception. And then they don't have the box score right now for Yeager, but he probably had I think he had 1 completion to my man, and this is the kid who loves the marching band. Prestige, what's it? Edwards' last name? Yeah. Prestige finally caught his first career pass for 3 yards, and that's a big accomplishment. So Zach Yeager threw that pass, so he had 1 completion for 3 yards. So the question I have to you guys is the starting quarterback for 2022 currently on our roster? Craig, since Doug is doing something.
Craig, you first.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Unless some 5-star drops out of the woodwork into our laps. I think the starting quarterback for next year is already here. It's already here.
All right, so let me just sit back and let that reverberate. So you're saying the starting quarterback for A&T in 2022 is currently on our roster. You say yes?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Doug, what do you think? I swear to God, Doug, we're trying to.
Our week 1 starting quarterback for 2022.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can't see you though. I can't see you.
I said, hold on, my camera's acting funny.
All right. I think the fish tank is taking away the power of the camera. That fish tank you got in the back.
That's what it is.
Doug, who in the 2020 still has a fish tank?
Listen, it's not a fish tank, it's an aquarium. All right. It's different. Saltwater aquarium. It's saltwater habitat. It's a different. Craig, you gotta some of these guys don't have any taste for any culture. You know who has a fish tank? Baby. Hassan Campbell. He's a big YouTuber. Go look him up, Craig. He has a lot of great subject matter. You're gonna love Hassan Campbell. That's the only person I know who has a fish tank. I'm gonna say our week 1 starting quarterback is on the roster. I don't know that our starting quarterback at the conclusion of the season is on the roster. So think about that. Just like this year, Jalen Fowler started week 1, right?
Yeah.
He didn't finish the game this year. So I think it may be a similar situation next year where one of these guys may be our starter. I don't know that they finish the season as our starter next year.
Well, here's the thing you got to understand, Doug. We got to go to North Dakota State next year, right? I don't know who our first game is, We play Furman again? We got a home with them, or how's that work?
No, we play Central. We play Central next year open.
All right. Oh, Lord. Okay. So
we play in Charlotte Labor Day weekend.
Here's one thing I say that scares me, because if we mismanage the quarterback position, then you're really gonna have some problems. That's because you're going to be behind the 8 ball, and you can just read the comments. You can go to the message board. You see how patient Aggie Nation is, right?
They're
not very patient. Not very patient.
So they're going to give you 6 games. They're going to give you 6 games next year to figure it out, of course, right? So you got to get.
They're going to give it 5 max.
No,
5 max. Yeah, I think they give them the first 5. If it's not corrected by the first 5, I don't think it's going to make any difference what you're going to do with the rest of the season at that point.
Well, by the game 5, you're already in the Big South, so you got to get that figured out quick. You got to get that figured out in July. Like when you go into August, you need to know you got the guy who's going to
July.
Yeah, you got to figure out your starting quarterback by July. That can't be something you figuring out in September. Do you guys understand how serious
yeah. Theoretically, you want to have your starter nailed down when you come out of spring practice.
You guys don't understand how serious this year is.
I don't know if that will be the case or not. I think we'll have a good idea of who it is, but I like I said, unless something unusual happens, I don't see us having a starting quarterback come the first the middle of April when spring ball concludes. I don't see that happening.
Okay, so I wish I could play you this recording. So I asked Coach Washington about the quarterback position. I'm trying to pull it up. So I asked Coach Washington about the quarterback position after the game, and he basically said we gotta get better. Like he looked as defeated as anytime I've ever seen him in regards to that one question. Because I think you saw by the way he kept bringing Fowler back out there each series today. He believes in the kid. He probably loves that kid on a personal level. He gave him every opportunity to get things right, to get that ball rolling, to just get some fire, and he couldn't get it started. And so I think Coach Washington finally realizes I just might not have the guy there. And I don't know if he doesn't shake those transfer portals and see if somebody can come out of that thing, and say, you look at the FBS programs. You can't tell me there's a third string quarterback at Wake Forest who feels like I want to play some football instead of watching everybody else play. And you look at, say, A&T has a definitely open competition. I just don't know if you stand pat what you got right now.
No, I didn't say you necessarily stand pat. You asked me did I think the starter for the potential starter for 2022 on day 1 is on the roster, and yes, I think potentially I think it's a good chance. I think it's a better than 50% chance that person is on the roster as we speak.
Okay, that's fair. What you do? You feel like you're gonna take your chances with Zero or Jaeger?
I think
or Fowler.
I mean, I think we learned a lot about what the staff thinks about him. I think they wanted to get him in and evaluate him. We kind of said that earlier in the week that we thought that he may get an opportunity. They used all 4 games or his 4 redshirt games to get a chance to give him a little bit of action, but to put him in there in that moment, it was echoes of young Khalil Carter against Central that year when he had some success and got a chance to play early on as a freshman. And we came up short with him. Looks like Tyler Ball in the building, huh? We came up short, man, yeah. But that's a drive that he'll remember. He'll remember the stings of not being able to move the ball and come up with a huge play late in that drive. So everybody's got some stuff to work on, something to fuel them in the offseason. So, I mean, he's excited about getting that opportunity. So I'm looking for and don't forget about Austin Hooker. We heard Alan on the other day.
Dark horse.
We know one guy.
That's my guy.
The rest of the guys in the room. If not right away on the field, he's gonna definitely push them in the classroom and in the film room and all the other components and aspects of playing that position. So, man, hey, it's wide open, and it's tough to name a starter. I mean, I don't want to name a starter in July. I want to open competition all through camp.
Yeah,
I mean,
I do
just
too.
believe that, you know, unless somebody's just head and shoulders above someone, you just don't name that guy. And even when you think somebody's head and shoulders above someone, and you think about 30, you know, and where he came in this year, you know, we put him head and shoulders above everybody, but, you know, you still have to have an open competition. If we're going to stick to our motto of the best guy's going to play, or we're going to put the best 11 guys out there, then you got to put that into practice, you know? It's a fine line between that and being loyal to a kid, which I like. You know, I like to be loyal to your players, and especially when you're a player coach too. But hey, we're in a position now. We gotta be hitting on all cylinders. So best man wins the job.
I think you're right, Doug. And I think the more important question is, it's not about who's going to be who potentially is going to be the starting quarterback for next year. The question is, do we continue with the same offense we ran this year? Do we run the same scheme that we? I think that's the bigger question. I think that's the question that really needs to be answered. Are we going to continue to run the same offensive scheme we've run basically for the last 6 years or 7 years? Or do we need to change what we're doing because our skill set is different? Because this team right now is not built to run the type of scheme that we're used to seeing at A&T, which is a ball control, grind it out, punch them in the mouth type of offense, and you know, being and then going over the top when once we soften them up. We're not built that way anymore. This league is not built that way, so you know, we're going to have to do some adaptations going forward, playing in the Big South, because the Big South is not the MEAC, and the strengths and weaknesses that these teams do in this league are demonstrably different than what from where we came from. So you know, that to me is the more important question. What are we going to do scheme wise?
Okay, so that's good. That's a good point, and this is what I hope happens. I hope at the very least, Chris Barnett, Sean Gibbs, Ron Matz, and who's wide receiver? Nate Poole. I hope they get together and they figure out what the scheme is going to be, because it seemed like at times this year we have 4 different concepts, 4 different strategies of what we're trying to do, and none of those were working in concert. And I mean,
we tried to be a jack of all trades, and we were a master at none of it.
Okay, so I don't want to get into, like, you know, maybe when we do our show next week, like our season recap, we can talk about some of the coaching moves and possibilities. But let's just say, you know, everybody comes back. Let's say Washington brings the entire band back. Okay. Chris Barnett, I gotta have some type of structure. Like, what is our identity? If you ask anybody right now what the identity of the A&T football team was in 2021, no one has a definitive answer. So we got to figure out what are we going to be, and I'm not saying just be stubborn, but we got to figure out, like, I can't see 4 different wide receivers come in after every dead ball. I can't see us changing formations left. I mean, it's just too much. I think we need to figure out what we're going to do and be good at that. And
yeah,
I want everybody being coached and developed along that one vision, because I think, you know, it just looked like chaos. This offense for 2021 was organized confusion. That should be our motto: organized confusion. I know those guys are trying hard. I know those guys are practicing. I know Coach Barnett knows football. He's not like, you know, the village idiot. It's just, I just don't understand how we can look so discombobulated at times this often this season. That scared me, man. I don't know. So I hope you're right, Craig. I hope these guys, you know, just can get on the same page. I don't know, Doug. So you seem pretty calm now. I guess you had You know that cigar calms you down, your nerves a little bit, man.
I'm thawing out.
Yeah,
Thawing out, man. Got home
that's
and
it.
thawing out a little bit. Like you said, just having some time to think about it, man, and get over it. Usually after the time I leave the stadium, it takes me that long to leave the stadium and get home and kiss the wife and hug the son and tell him I love him. And you remember, it's just a game, you know, a game we have no control over. But good grief, I'm telling you, man, my blood pressure is about to go crazy at times out there. But man,
yeah,
we've got a lot of work to do. We got a lot of work to do, guys. We got a ways to go, but we can get there. I'm encouraged. I still believe we can get there, man. We saw what the conference had to offer. I feel like we've got a good grasp on things. We know the work that needs to be done, and I think we got some guys in place that at least know what it takes. Now, getting there is another story, but I think we know what it takes to get there. We're still champions in my regard, and in our own right. So we need to see that championship mantle kind of show up over the next couple of months, man. Let's get back to doing some of the things that we were known for doing and that we did great. And you know, one of those things is getting back to being a disciplined ball club. I think that's something that we kind of lost our way on.
Yeah.
And we got to, whatever it takes, man. That's got to be at the forefront of everything we do going forward, man. I think that'll be the main thing that'll get us over the hump, man. Being disciplined, win or lose, you 1 or 2 ball games a year.
Yeah,
hey, Craig, before you start, you got to stop hitting all these comments because you bring the wrong comments to the page. I don't know why you bring that comment that we got right there in front.
What's that?
You brought
what
something about somebody needs to be fired. I don't, Craig.
I didn't say anything about anybody being fired.
No,
I said
you brought a comment though. You clicked on that button. I don't know who did that. You or Doug. One of y'all. Just inappropriate. Go ahead.
I haven't touched a thing. Anyway,
wasn't me.
Yeah, you made me
really
forget what
Mr. Shaw.
I don't know.
Nah, hey, Coach Howard, we joke. We love you, man. This fine. Hey,
okay.
That's my guy, man.
Coach. When these guys are just at practice, what they doing, man? Like, how do you? Like,
the one thing we do have, seriously though, the one thing we've got to get our guys under control. There's too much jack jawing going on out there. All the getting up in the guys' faces and all like that. I understand. When you're pumped up and a guy's been talking junk to you or whatever. You gotta it gets on your nerves, but we got to be smarter than that. We can't turn around and give dead ball fouls because somebody on the sideline, we run a guy out of bounds, and because somebody says something on the sideline, we're gonna turn around, and they're gonna throw hands. We can't do that sort of thing. You just can't do it. I just can't do it. And it killed us. We did that a couple times today, and it was just ridiculous. I can take an unnecessary roughness penalty in the middle of a play. I can see where that can happen,
right?
And that's part of football, because football is a game of aggression.
Yeah.
But once that whistle blows, that mess needs to stop. And if it don't stop, your butt needs to be down, sitting on the end of the bench, and then they need to send a search party out to find you, because you wouldn't be playing. You wouldn't be playing.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, and by the way, guys, if you want to get on this show, you got about 15 minutes, and we got to go because everybody here is married, and we can't just be sitting around here talking to you clowns all night, man. People are gonna be thinking we cheating on them and all that stuff. So, all right, so 15 minutes. Go to A&T fan forum, find the link, and we'll bring you in. But recruiting, Doug. What's some of my targeted areas? What we going for?
Everywhere. No, I believe you're always looking to improve, man. Sometimes you go out with a plan. I mean, we know on the board, where we may have some holes, but you never know who can fall in your lap. So sometimes you got to be ready to adjust. You might have to make some money, create some room for somebody. But at this point in time, man, I'm looking at everything. I mean, especially with the way the transfer portal works, where you might think you have depth at the moment, that depth might disappear over the next couple of months. So I'm keeping all options open. I got my ears to the street. I'm on the air app, like they say.
Yeah.
I'm on the air app trying to find some more guys. I'm looking around, and I'm fielding phone calls. I'm listening around, just keeping my ear to the street, trying to see what's out there. And I'm watching a lot of football over the next couple months. And it's a business. Let's not get it twisted. College football is a business, so I expect us to handle business. We're very loyal, and I'm very player first, coaching staff, and I think our guys do a great job of developing those relationships. And I know that the players appreciate that. Some things might look awkward to us at times, or there may be times when we might not understand some of the player coach decisions, but I know that the players will appreciate some of the decisions that were made this year in support of them individually.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
This time of year, those relationships can kind of go to the back burner, man, after the game sometime. And, man, those guys still have to put food on the table and provide for their families, and they want to keep their job, and they want to do the best job they can for Aggie Nation. So I expect them to be, beating bushes, man. We're looking to improve that roster by any means necessary. However that gets done, whether it's recruiting, transfer portal.
And when is early signing period?
Butter from the duck, as they say.
December 15th. December 15th.
You think we do anything? Or I know we always kind of wait till February. So we think we get it. All right. So look, real quick, hold on, before you answer that question, T. Roy, my main man, go to A&T, the forum. There's a thread called Live Postgame Show, and I put a link there. If you click on that link, you'll pop up, and I ask you to. I want to get Troy in there because he's always been supporting us. So A&T Roy, get on. Go to the A&T fan forum real quick. We're about to get off, and we'll bring you in. So talk about recruiting. So you got early signing period is December what?
15th.
And you think we'll get like maybe a handful of guys? Maybe you think we got?
I think we'll sign the same number we signed last year. We signed 8 guys. Well, 9 guys in December, and then the rest of the class in February. I think we're going to be in the same situation. I think we've got 3 verbal commitments, I think, and that I know of, and so I suspect we'll have about the same number of early signings come December. I think the big thing will be to see what transpires out of the portal once schools wrap up, and see if we make any progress in that. Most of your portal guys are going to come in during the spring and the summer anyway. So.
And that's a two-way street, man. Because I'm telling you, we're getting poached right now. I heard some names. I'm like, damn. I'm not surprised, but there's schools that are coming and looking at us as a buffet. Like, oh, we take one of those, we take one of that, So we got to watch out. I guess we got to retain what we want, right? Some of those guys, you're like, peace. You want to go, but
well, I mean, guys, we've lost 2. We've lost 2 before. Yeah, we lost some before. We lost Ruiz, right, when he was grad school.
Lost Ruiz,
and we lost.
But he was like a graduate guy. I mean, we got like underclassmen that might be leaving.
Graduate guy.
Yeah. So we got to watch out.
I think that's a compliment to your program. If you have enough depth where guys are leaving, and we talked about at the beginning of the season, there's not enough balls to go around. So that speaks to also the level of depth and the program we're building. I expect every other team in the country has guys that are leaving and coming in after the program. We were just in a spot where we were very successful, and it was a COVID year where we were able to have a bunch of guys to stay back and gain that extra eligibility. But I expected there would be some guys that may or not have been happy with their playing time, or family reasons, whatever the case. You're gonna have a few guys leave, and so I would expect that to be the norm in today's college football climate every year going forward.
All right, we got to bring in Troy, man.
Okay.
Got to bring my man in.
There he is.
His brother. All right.
There he is.
My main man. So look, Troy, so I know it's not live script. It's not your favorite show. It cut the sound off. You're a professional. You know how this works.
I'm good. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, all right.
You've been around the block too much. Be doing stuff like that, man. Rookie mistakes. Hey, so you are probably one of the 2 or 3 most positive people in Aggie Nation, right?
Yes, sir.
If anybody knows Troy, he's always on the site giving posting the roster. He compiles his information himself. Before the school was doing it, he went out and went to all the schedules, and he would tell you what's going on every week for all the sports. He'll break it down by day, and volleyball, whatever. He'll let you know what the week of Aggie athletics is all about. If you go to our site now in the sports forum, he does it every week. So he's real deal. Bleeds blue and gold, and I guess he got some good optimism, glass half full, sage wisdom for us right now. So tell me something good, like Shaka Khan would say.
Hey man, this is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for us. This is an opportunity for us. So yeah, we had a down season, but I think they're going to spend the recruiting so that they make it that we need some pieces to get on top, and we're right there. We're right at the edge of the precipice of being able to win the Big South and go to the playoffs. I think they're going to say that we had a down year for injuries and a few things that kind of set us back, and we're gonna change this thing in 1 year with this next recruiting class.
And that's a good point, because I was doing some research and I found out. Hey, check this out, Craig. We're the actually only school in America that had injuries and had to deal with COVID. So that's unique. And I didn't know that myself. But we are the only football team in the United States that had to deal with injuries and COVID. That's a fun fact for you guys to research. So I agree with you on that, Troy.
Well, I think I agree with you, but not at the same level as normal. I mean, it's almost like if we go back to 2016, I think we will all agree that because we lost both Lamar and Khalil, it was a huge hit to us. And it was just one position that changed the landscape of what we did that year. So, sometimes injuries always happen, but they can be detrimental when you talk about important positions, numbers of injuries, lengths of injuries, and all that kind of stuff. So I think, again, I don't know if I've seen this level of injury and loss of players on our team since in probably the last 6, 7, 8 years.
So let me ask you this, and just give me some truth serum here.
Okay.
You feel like we don't need to do anything coaching wise? You feel like the staff should just, we don't need to say, hey, you're good at coaching linebackers. How about you coach tight ends? And we shouldn't do anything different. We should just stand pat and try it again.
No, I think there are gonna be some changes. The level of changes, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I really wish I could be in all those meetings. Coach Washington with Hilton, Coach Washington with all the coaches and all those things to be able to get some of this inside information about what's going on. But I do think they're going to make some kind of change. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Troy, what type of withdrawals are you going to have now about Celebration Bowl not being able to go to Atlanta and seeing some, South Carolina State and Jackson State in our home? Because this was the time, I don't know how your family was, but this was the time of year where I would get the wife and the kids around the kitchen table. We look at how many bills we got, how many bills we could float for a couple of weeks, right? And we put all our pennies, we start cracking the penny jar and figure out how much money so we can buy a hotel room. This is when we start planning for Atlanta. This is like an annual a rite of passage for us. And now my kids like, so we going to Atlanta next month? I'm like, sorry, son. There's no Santa Claus. There is no Tooth Fairy. We don't get to go back to the ATL. Sam Washington is the Grinch that stole Christmas. He did not allow us.
Oh no!
He did not allow us to have our annual trip to Mercedes-Benz. So how are you going to deal with that?
I think you better hope Coach Coach Washington doesn't see this because he's going to stop allowing you to get some inside information. So let me say this. Yeah, let me say this. Jackson State is not yet there. They still, I think, have to beat Prairie View next week or in a couple of weeks.
Prairie View's a good team too. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, we'll see how that all goes. But I actually plan for it every year for myself. My family are not like big football fans and all that stuff. Yeah. Wife is she's an alum of the hated enemy over there in Durham. And my right.
That's tough, man. All right.
Yeah. She kind of low key about it. I talk a lot of junk. She don't do that. But man, I was at the volleyball game Friday night with Robert Porcher, and how about he talking junk to me about the Celebration Bowl and them going? And I told him that, you know what, I'm not going. I hate it. I'm gonna miss it. And I tried to tell him some good things that he could do and the fun that they could have.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be different because I went to every one of them. And what I'm doing this time with my budget related to A&T Athletics is I'm going to attend more basketball games than what I've done before, as opposed to spending money on the Celebration Bowl.
Troy, so I went to the Guilford College game, not Guilford College, Guilford College game. And so I was like, I took my sons, right? Yeah. And so I was like, I'm just going to, get some reserve seats and just they're not selling reserve seats. You got to buy the whole season book to get on the lower level now. So I had to end up spending like $400 just to get.
Wait. A&T?
You can't buy reserve seats now until like January. If you want to go, if you don't want to sit like in the nosebleeds with the students, you got to buy a season book to get on the lower level. It's either all or nothing. Yeah. So I was like, God, are you for real? So I bought 2 season books, and I bought another like general mission. And I had my youngest son kind of like slide in and like, I kind of did the fake money thing. I had like 100 and a whole bunch of fake ones or something like that. I was like, this is my tickets. Right. So I don't want to buy 3 season books. So I bought 2 season books, but that's like $400. So so A&T, be prepared. They're not doing individual reserve seating until like this January or something. They're trying
conference starts.
Yeah.
Well, I think they open it up for AAF members because I got mine. I got 1 seat reserved.
But you bought a season book though, right? You didn't buy like a
single. Yeah. Season book.
Because I was like, sometimes I was like, I don't want to go to all the games. I just want to go to a few, but you got to buy everything to get.
Right.
Buy reserve now, you got to buy the whole book. So, yeah. Okay. All right. So, Troy, give me any other parting shots, any information we need to know about this.
About football?
Yeah, anything. Yeah. Just tell me something good, man. I need something to bring me up before we cut off here.
Well, the Lady Aggies volleyball, they did better than they were predicted. They came in 4th in the regular season, and pretty much 3rd or 4th in the tournament. They made it to the semifinal.
Did they lose today?
So that was a good thing.
Yeah,
they High Point. High Point. Yeah, High Point is a very good team.
I was wondering. Jeez, okay.
I almost drove down there. I went, like I said, I went last night, and I almost drove down there from after the game today, but I was feeling too sad. I wanted to come home and curl up in a really tight ball in my bed.
And you see, you're like somebody who wears a heart on his sleeve. So how do you get over a tough loss? I mean,
man, life must go on.
Really.
I don't. I mean, when I was younger, I used to be all upset with the Steelers, but I'm past all that stuff. You know what? Let's move on to the next thing, and hopefully we can do better.
Y'all making playoffs this year, Steelers? Y'all making playoffs?
No, we're not. We got quarterback issues, and so we'll see.
Got you. Okay. All right, T-Roy. So thank you for supporting it.
I wasn't really prepared to do this, but I'm glad y'all let me on.
Man, you like one of those guys who jump the line no matter what. If I see your name, you get in front. Because you've been rocking with us since day one, and you always.
Absolutely.
I talked to you offline too. You know what you need to do? You got to bring back your podcast because you were doing a podcast and you were interviewing some people, right?
Yeah, too much work, man.
It's a lot. Hey, Troy, it's a lot of work. People don't know.
I know, man. I know, and I'm glad you all are doing it. And maybe I can participate on some of these, as we go forward.
Yeah, definitely love that.
So wait. Y'all gonna keep doing basketball the rest of the season, or doing the whole year, or no?
I'm trying not to. These guys might try to talk me into it, but I need a break, man. This is hard. Hey, I got 2 kids and a wife. and goldfish or something. It's a lot of work, man. Because and after this is live, so after I get off this stream, I might have so much hate mail and like death threats around campus. I might even be able to go around the football field anymore. This might drop all my contacts. So it might be the end.
That'll be all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need your kind of voice in this thing, man. We need all kind of voices to go around, and hopefully all of them together will come out and make everything good, and we'll rise to the top. Yeah. All right, so hold on. I'm gonna let you stay. You gonna take Doug's spot. So okay,
I'm gonna sign off because we've been going on for 2 hours, man. I gotta get a life, man. Dude, I'm just thinking. I got to the stadium at what time? I got to the stadium about 12:20. What time is it now? 9:05.
Yeah, a little bit after 9.
My wife's gonna leave me, Craig. You got a spare room I can sleep in a couch or something.
Well, I guess I do. My wife just closed the door, so she don't.
Oh, okay. Well, that's better. That's better. She's still there, man. So I was supposed to take my wife to Hobby Lobby, man. I said, as soon as the game is over, we're gonna look at drapes or whatever you want to look at, and
that'll be Monday.
They're not open on Sunday. She don't know that.
No, they're not.
I said we're gonna go tomorrow. I know they're not open. I said we're gonna go. I tell my kids we can go to Chick-fil-A on Sunday and we go to Hobby Lobby on Sunday. Knowing damn well we ain't going to either one. So, it's just father of the year, man. That's how you do it, bro. That's how you do it. All right, guys. Hey, so let's wrap off. So for A&T, how you do it? You do A&T Roy?
Yeah, A&T Roy.
Oh, okay. No. Oh, real quick. I'm gonna get Tyler in it. Tyler's one of those guys you gotta get in there too. Tyler.
Oh, yeah, Tyler Ball.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What's up,
all right,
man?
so Tyler, give me some random facts. What is the precipitation level of the Amazon rainforest right now? I need to know.
All I gotta say is whatever is equal to the amount of 3-pointers that Ray Forrest rained on us this evening.
No, I can't take that much bad news. He already told me volleyball team lost. We can't talk about anything bad. Hey, so look, quick question. Everybody knows about you and G-Ho, okay?
Yeah.
What happened this year? Were you are you alive now or are you dead? Are you alive?
I actually no, I was alive all the way through. I actually had a great G-Ho.
I'm not talking to a poltergeist. I'm talking to a live person. You are a living person. You made it through.
Yes, absolutely.
Your blood alcohol level is what? Was it pretty good?
It is triple zeros. Triple zeros.
My man.
Even though it should be at about 0.1 after that fourth quarter today.
Hey, so how you gonna? What are your thoughts, man? Real quick, man.
Okay. I've already started to pin the final column for the season.
Yes.
I think that as I said in the chat in the chat room, I think that Craig hit the nail on the head when he said that this is about philosophy versus individual talent. And I've actually been consistent at saying that A&T has the talent level on its roster right now to compete in the Big South. I've always felt that. I felt that from day one. And I felt that in 2000 if we were to play. I think it was just a matter of, okay, you got your execution issues. But the real issue that bothers me is the discipline issues, the extra yardage, so much yardage in dead ball penalties.
12
that 144.
So Tyler, this is a good thing.
Another 12 today.
I'm not good at football. You tell me, it's 12 penalties for 144. Is that a good or bad? Well, how should I look at that? Is that a positive?
You should look at that as about as negative as you could put it. As a matter of fact, that is the third game this year, or fourth game where we hit double digits and triple digits in yardage.
Mm-hmm.
Double digit penalties, triple digit yardage. That is never a good game. That is never a good game. Because not only is that a part of your hitting yardage, it flips the field. Whatever your special teams can do, you throw in whatever yardage you gain when we have a great day on special teams, you lose it in penalty yardage.
Yeah.
So once you add up all the yardage together and where you're going to spot the ball after you get the ball at the change of possession, your penalty yardage neutralizes all of that. And that's happened all year long.
Yeah.
That's why we've played behind the chains so much this year that you make a simple play almost 5 to 10 yards worse than what it should be. We should have had a ton of second and short, second and medium.
Yeah.
But it's a holding call here. A dead ball there, or even worse. Oh gosh, what really killed me this year were the amount of holding penalties on receivers this year.
Mm-hmm.
You usually may get 5 or 6 the whole year. It just on incidental plays. We had 9 at least this year, and all of them were on positive plays that were either touchdowns or long yardage plays for us.
Oh, Michelle Tootin's touchdown this year, this game.
Michelle Tootin's touchdown, Ron Hunt's touchdown, both called back because of receiver penalties. Tootin's touchdown today. Ron Hunt's been flagged about 3 or 4 times for holding. So it's like when it rains, it pours. Really,
and we're not good enough offensively to overcome that. Like once we get a holding penalty, or we get a negative play, you might as well send a punt team out.
We could have put it on 3rd down all year long.
Yeah. Once we go negative, it's time to fire up Mike Rivers because he, we got.
Oh, by the way, yes, and honestly, if it were not for Jacob Roberts, Mike Rivers is the team MVP this year, hands down.
Okay.
Jacob Roberts, I've already said Jacob Roberts should be first team all defensive Big South. It's a travesty if he doesn't make the first team.
Forget about and Troy, forget about his tackles. Doesn't he has 2 block punts and 3?
He has 4.
He has 4 block punts.
Okay. Yeah, he got his hands on. I think he got his hands on at least 3, and I think if he got one today, that makes 4.
He got
one today.
He got one today.
So he 3 or 4 block kicks.
See, Troy, you gotta be like Tyler. He's actually making me feel good. You're supposed to make me feel good. He's taking your job. Good job, Tyler. That. Now I feel a little bit better about things. So
I think the team. See, talent is not the problem of this team. It really isn't. And once we decide who's going to win the quarterback job, you got at least 2 capable freshmen. I don't know the situation with Nick Wiles-Lawing. I haven't seen him. I haven't seen Khalil Gilliam, who is the other quarterback that's on the roster. But I think that's going to be your battle is already there. I don't think we need to necessarily search for a quarterback unless one just drops from the portal out of the sky. And we should also consider this too. We got a ton of teams that are leaving FCS that are going to FBS. The portal is going to be nuts.
Okay, but check this out. Let's go back to your other point. You're saying stand pat what you got on the roster, right? You understand we got to play North Dakota State week 2 next year. So you're going to take Fowler, you're going to take Yeager, you're going to take Wiles, whatever. You're going to take Allen Hooker, Austin Hooker. You're going to let those guys fight out in the death match. 5-man enter, 1-man leaves. Whoever leaves is going to be the starting quarterback against North Dakota State. You feel good about that?
I actually do. I feel good about Yeager. I feel good about Hooker.
You told
one of those two.
You told me you had the drinking under control. You promised me you had the drinking under control.
I feel good about Yeager. Yeah, honestly, I feel good about Yeager. I really do. I do too. The few plays that I saw with Yeager, I like. He makes quick decisions. He gets the ball out of his hands, and he can move 2 steps faster than Fowler, at least. So I think if he is seeing the field clearly, I think he makes the play. And that was my main problem with Fowler this year. Yeah. Fowler had the times that Fowler had time, he did not see where to go with the football.
Exactly.
And he was so intent on not turning over the ball.
Right.
And of course, randomly when he put the ball down and took off, he gets hit. Sometimes the ball squirted out. But later on in the year, he was so adamant about his own personal ball security that it got away from what he was trying to do as a quarterback. And that's unfortunate.
Craig, how would you have managed Yeager? Same way, or would you have tried to get him in more reps? Because I mean, he wasted he used his final game of his red shirt year for one drive and I guess 4 plays. So I mean, are you cool with that? Or that's just the way things happen.
I don't have a problem about not playing him as a freshman, unless it's rare that you find a kid come out of high school that can come in and take over a Division I offense. That's rare. The only quarterback I know of who has done that recently was Musket up at Monmouth, and he had the advantage of playing those 5 games in the spring to break him in before he hit the big schedule in the fall. So that helped him immensely. But he's one of those rare guys that came in that was ready to run that type of offense. So I don't have a problem with that. I would prefer that we would have gone to Kingsley back after the Kennesaw game. I thought we should have given Kingsley more run offensively, because despite whatever shortcomings he may have as far as his ability to throw the ball, he made wise decisions. Not more often than not. He didn't. He wasn't the type of guy who was going to hurt you.
You know what? I had to say he must really look bad in practice. I'm not joking. I mean, because you got to think, if he played pretty good against Duke, he played pretty good against South Carolina State, and they still took an act of Congress.
You basically got 3 kinds of ball players. Okay, you got guys who practice well and play well. You got guys who practice great, play lousy, and then you got guys who could give a flip about practice, but they show up on game day.
Yeah,
that's really what you got.
Right.
And then and anything else other and I think coaches,
go ahead,
especially football coaches, put a lot of emphasis on practice, how we practice. If you practice well, then you play on Saturday. Well, that's true, but the bottom line is, to me, are you making a play out there on the field where it counts? I could care less if the guy's going 100% Monday through Thursday, but if he's coming out there on Saturday and he's blowing up, I'm gonna play him. If he wants, you have players like that. You have players like that at every level. I've seen kids in high school, weren't great practice players. They went through the motions. They understood their assignments, but they weren't going to try to blow it out on practice. They played the Allen Iverson. Yeah, you're talking about practice. You're talking about practice. You're doing repetition day in and day out. It's not about It's not about game preparation. You're just saying who looks best in practice, and that's not necessarily wasn't necessarily the case this year.
Yeah, and Coach Washington has repeatedly stated in the press conference that he personally believes that you play how you practice. And I think that philosophy has kind of gotten us into, I don't want to say pigeonhole, but it's very close to what it was. I think that if we are going to move forward, you got to go with the hot hand. And I know that's cliche, but I really think that the team seemed to be more motivated when Kingsley was in the ball game. Particularly, we saw the difference at South Carolina State.
Yeah,
when Kingsley, and we saw it at Duke too. Now I know the game plan at Duke was tailor made for E15. I know that, but you also got to look at how your teammates respond, especially to the quarterback position. If their team is going to rally behind, if it tends to rally behind the guy, and somehow plays are being made for that guy, you got to stick with him, even though he may not be your best athlete or your best quote unquote option. It's about it is really about the team at that point. And sometimes the team responds a bit better to whoever's back there calling the signals. I now provided with our philosophy, and this goes back to what are we doing as a unit. It doesn't help when you're second and 12 or second and 15 because your running back is trapped in his own backfield because you got multiple guys missing blocks. Makes the game so much harder. We made the game so much harder when we ran the ball on first down because guys weren't getting out of their backfield a lot of times.
We spent all year
that's
second and long. We did.
Yeah,
we spent
all year
second and long.
Yeah.
Right. And that didn't happen. Obviously, two different ball clubs when you get out of second and long, and as Broadway always said, playing behind the chains. You play in front of the chains, you are a way better football
team.
I know, but I think without having the splash plays, it was almost inevitable that we were going to self-destruct at some point. We're not built to go 10 and 11 play drives. We just don't have that discipline to where everybody's going to do their job 10 straight times in a row. It's not going to happen. All right, so Doug, we got to get out here.
One quick question. Y'all don't think it was offensive line that was the issue?
Oh, I do. No, I do.
We talked about it. Mm-hmm.
I do.
We talked about it earlier.
Okay.
Hey, so Ron Matz, rapping Ron Matz, he's not immune to this. Like when 2022 starts, he's on the hot seat too, because this offensive line was atrocious. And I like Ron. Everybody likes Big Ron. He did a hell of a job. He's been doing a hell of a job. He knows his stuff. He's an NFL guy. He didn't forget how to coach, right? But if you had a bad year, you had a bad year. And it wasn't just the players who had bad years. The coaching staff had a bad they had a bad year.
Yeah.
Sam Washington is a great football coach. He's a great football coach. He's a great man and a great coach. He did a bad job with this team. I know he got dealt a bad hand. He played that bad hand very poorly. Okay, I can't sit here and criticize Courtney Cord and Gibbs and Thomas Howard and who's the damn tight end coach? Who's the tight end coach?
Oh,
Reese. Well, I say his name. Yeah. Why do we have a tight end coach? But my whole thing is I can't criticize these guys without throwing a lot of blame at Sam Washington. And I love the dude. Yeah. He's the nicest guy. He could hear this entire podcast, which I'm sure he don't care about. He could hear everything that we're saying. He would still, loan me $5 to buy some food tomorrow if I needed it. That's how nice he is. Okay, the dude is a great human being. He's a good coach. He's a great coach. He has to coach better next year. Okay.
Yeah.
Doug, but hey, we got to cut this out. Doug, give me the last word because we got to go. It's been 2 hours and 30 minutes. Tell me something.
Man. We got to see some football this year. I think you hit the nail on the head, man. It was better than 2021. Wasn't what we wanted, but it was better than 2020, man. I enjoyed seeing you guys out at the stadium fellowshipping. That's why I didn't want to leave the night, man. I enjoy every minute that I can spend at home in Aggie Stadium, affectionately known as Aggie Stadium, but we know it's Truist Stadium. I'm still trying to get used to that, guys. But
it was
glad to be home.
Great year
man.
To be back.
I got to see all of you guys today at some point in time, and already looking forward to next year, already planning and already marking those calendars. So a lot of days on the calendar between now and then, a lot of work that has to be done, but it was really nice to get back in the stadium, get back into attending live football games. And kudos to A&T. We talked about Carl and the job they did with the verification process.
Oh yeah, but, yes. Don't forget. That's a great point.
It was not a typical year, but I thought those guys did a great job. We kind of as we said before, led the way for all the schools here in our area for sure. I thought those guys were first class, and it was nice to put a bow on it today. I wish we could have done it with a win, but like I said, Mother Nature held up. We had some beautiful weather out at Aggie Stadium, and
you called it
year
too,
long.
Doug. You said it was gonna be
Incredible.
nice. You said it was gonna be a nice
Yep.
day, and it was a whole lot better than the weather prediction. The forecast was. It was actually kind of warm, almost at one point in the second quarter. The
it
sun
was,
came
man. It
out.
was nice.
So
Yeah,
that was good. You called that.
yeah, man. That's it.
All right. That's
All right,
it.
September 3rd, 2022. We got Central at as part of the Duke Mays Challenge.
That's in Charlotte, though, right?
That
Yeah.
is in Charlotte at Bank of
Bank
America
of
Stadium.
America Stadium.
Oh, okay. Bank of America. Okay. All right, Craig. You're the elder statesman here. Give me one last thing to chew on before we go.
Okay. If we do what we need to do in the off season, if the coaching staff does what it needs to do in the off season, I think we got a good shot at winning this thing next year. Or a really good shot at winning this thing.
I agree. I agree with that. I agree with that because we do have a good we do have a good team.
We just got to
Yeah.
do something. We have to do something with our offensive schemes. I think that's the biggest thing that we have to change. Injuries will be better next year because we'll have a year of real strength training between now and next fall. I think that had a lot to do with it, with the injury situation. But I think if we make the necessary changes in our offensive schematics, we can win the Big South next year, and it won't be close. But we're going to have to make some changes.
All right,
Okay,
guys.
no Kennesaw State.
Right.
So, we get Campbell's an addition to the schedule.
Yeah.
No
we
North
pick
Alabama.
up.
Don't
Hampton comes here, and we'll have to go to Monmouth. But
okay.
but you were talking about them being rated. I was looking at something that just came over Twitter a second ago about Tony Musket maybe heading somewhere to the Big Ten. Don't know. So we'll see.
Oh wow, that's unique. Somebody go up like that. All right, so look, let's call it a night. Blue Death After Dark. It's been a great show. This was fun hanging out with my partners. 90 Aggie thinks she's dropping in too. She's one of the OGs.
Yep.
So we can call it, and I guess we try to do one more show, guys, or next week want to do one more, like maybe wrap up show. I don't know. See how the schedule looks. So Tyler Ball, my main man Tyler, we go back how many years, Tyler?
98.
98? That's right.
98.
Wow.
I first met Tyler at a gym in Moore Gym. You was doing the butterfly.
Sure was. Yep.
He was doing a
He's
roll.
not exexaggerating either.
He was doing
He is not exaggerating.
I'm like, dang, some nice moves, man. All right, so Roy, main man, Mr. Positivity. Look, how the hell did Troy, you and Doug got the same painting in the background. Where y'all get that painting at? Y'all both got the same artwork in the background. Is that the same painting?
Well,
I don't know. My wife got this thing. I don't know.
They're same color. No, they're not identical. No, they're not identical. No.
The James Evans edition. Y'all went to the same artist. JJ, Picasso in the ghetto.
We like those oranges, man.
Yeah.
Samaj is A&T Roy.
A&T Roy. It's too many ampersands and dashes, man.
And we, of course, we'll see you. We'll definitely see y'all in the Dog Pound. Of course, the Blue Death Valley Forum, the Dog Pound, as basketball season goes on.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I see you guys. A&T Roy, T-Ball, Doug Brown, Craig Turner. I'm Samaj Mars. This has been Blue Death After Dark. Come back on the fan forum. We talk about we have the after party to the after party, and then we'll try to do this. Try to do this again. I don't know when. This is hard.
We're doing National Signing Day.
National. That'd be good. Hey, we'll do another
National Signing Day, February.
Yeah.
Hey, and shout out to all the coaches, man. Listen, we kind of joke because it's like therapeutic, But I know you guys work hard. I know.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I know you guys put in so much work, and I know you know what you're doing. It's just gotta get these results. Coach Howard, teach these boys how to backpedal, man. Please, God.
Yeah.
But that's another
Yeah.
story. We just
Yeah, we got to
find the ball, Coach Howard. Let's find the ball.
Hey, they not finding the ball in the league either.
That's true.
They can't find the ball at Truist Stadium. All right, so we got to go. So it's been almost 2 hours and 30 minutes. Damn. Blue Death After Dark. We'll see you guys next week. And that's it. It's a wrap. Take care, fellas. Peace.
All right, now.
Thanks.
Thank you, Brian.
Are you pro?